Most of them out here. Just got a stream for Necromunda Underhive Wars, and just going to talk about. We can't play the game yet, so just going to talk about the upcoming game, and also just going to talk about some stuff about Mordheim, the City of the Damned, which was sort of the precursor to Necromunda, previous game by Rogue Factor, which was amazing. I mean, maybe it wasn't a perfect game. Not everyone liked it, but yeah, I certainly got a lot of enjoyment out of it. So I guess I want to, I'm just going to do a live stream, sort of mainly showing a few videos of Necromunda, then playing some Mordheim, and just talking about what I love about Mordheim, and maybe comparing what might be the same, might be different about it. But just for those of you who haven't seen much of Necromunda yet, just to let you, give you the idea of what we're talking about here. I'm just going to play this one of the newest Necromunda videos. It's got some nice visuals, and I'll just put the volume up.
I can see you're new here.
I'll talk again after.
B, the Underhive's named well. Welcome to Necromunda. I can see you're new here. Let me get you up to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't causing trouble for the rich boys and girls, no matter how loud we are. And do we ever make some noise? Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a lashworm and they'd splash your head from 20 paces for saying they couldn't. I don't want to say immortal, but when their armour, blood, skin and will are of iron, it's a potent combo. Why would someone like you want to know about an all-female gang of psychopaths, drug dealers, killers, cloners and... Oh, makes sense. And Escher will cut you up just for the fun of it. Goliaths are big. That's it. Anything smaller than them doesn't deserve to live. And they're just as happy filling you with lead as they are smashing you to pieces with a power maul. Now, mixing that whole pot together in a place like this, you can imagine what happens. Chaos, gang warfare, for wealth, for power, hell, sometimes just for fun. So, think you're ready? Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on September 8th.
That just actually got me pretty hyped for some reason. I don't know. I've watched it like 3 times already, but yeah, I don't know. Just got me kind of psyched, as if I'm about to play Necromunda, but I'm actually about to play Mordheim. But that's okay. Mordheim's pretty cool as well, and I don't know. I guess that atmosphere, that watching the video and listening to that voiceover, cool voiceover by the way. I really like that English guy with the English accent. Oh, I guess it's English. But yeah, just the atmosphere of Necromunda, that gritty Warhammer 40k background, like, yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, and Mordheim, I feel like just really had that same kind of thing going on, but obviously Warhammer Fantasy instead of Warhammer 40k or Necromunda background. But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited about it. Like, I'm still worried that we haven't seen any gameplay. Like, when are they gonna? They should let like Essie Hydra or someone, like one of the bigger YouTubers at least, get some access to it early so we can kind of see it. But I don't know, I guess it's kind of cool to just all get to experience it around the same time, and not have to watch for ages while other guys are playing it before you. But yeah, I like this video quality is a lot better than some of the previous ones. You can actually see the characters quite well. I hope that's what they look like in game. I guess it's going to depend on what sort of system you've got. But yeah, anyway. I'm not going to kind of do too much of a precursor to the video. I'm just going to jump into some Mordheim and just kind of like do a stream for a couple of hours, just record it and just chat about what I think of as we go along, I guess. So I'll see if we can get Mordheim going. Alright, so this is Mordheim City of the Damned. So this is the game that came before, that we played back in 2015. I think I did. I think I got it pretty soon after it came out, but I think I did the majority of my playing. Oh, I don't know. I guess I've played it sort of spread out over the years. You know, maybe every time an expansion came out, you know, or roughly like that, I went back. Maybe I missed one of the expansions, but I went back and there was a couple. So, yeah. So basically, yeah, to the warband. Oh, hopefully that's not too loud. Maybe I'll turn that down a bit. Yeah, so these guys are, yeah, I can't really mouse over them without me doing that yelling stuff. But I think you had Empire, Chaos. Actually, I can't remember what the original warbands were. Maybe there's only three. I remember when it first came out, it was really like half finished, and there was maybe only like three warbands, and maybe there was a lot of bugs and stuff. But yeah, but I guess you know, yeah, wait a bit, and then sort of they brought out some extra stuff. I can't remember. Maybe Undead came later, and also these guys definitely were in the original game. But yeah, and so, yeah, they ended up with six cool warbands that you can choose between. I know. I really wanted to talk about the atmosphere. I don't know if, yeah, I can't. I don't really want to turn up the sound, but turn the music off. Um, yeah, I think the sound is definitely something about it. Like just this whole kind of grim, gothic kind of background is cool. You know, I guess that's something it doesn't have in common with Necromunda, but yeah, like I said, like I think it's gonna have Necromunda is definitely gonna have its own really strong character. Um, hopefully equal to this. I think one of the things that really attracts me about Necromunda is this idea of this living city with all of the different kind of moving parts. You know, the guilders, I think they're called guilders. I know they're like merchant guild type guys that are meant to be quite powerful. Um, and they're not sort of like a gang per se, like the House Escher and the House Goliath and all that, but they've got their own thing going on. They're kind of running the infrastructure behind the scenes through this system of guild contracts and you know interrelated yeah deals and stuff like that, oaths and whatever. But anyway, sorry, I digress. So yeah, I wanted to talk about basically. I wanted to start like play a game of Mordheim, or at least you know show you a game of Mordheim, and just kind of show you, I guess, what kind of game you're getting into if you're going to buy Necromunda. If you haven't if you haven't played Mordheim before, you haven't played Necromunda, obviously. Um, the the videos that they've brought out like are cool and all, but they're really kind of actiony and kind of you know they're kind of meant to meant to get you excited about the game, obviously. So they're not like they're not gameplay basically, which is what a lot of people have been noting. Like you know why can't we see people playing the game, even as the devs? Yeah, I'm sure they got their reasons. I'm not. Yeah, they got their own method of releasing information and stuff. I guess a bit different to what I'm used to. But yeah, I've got a few. I'm pretty sure these aren't my original warbands, but like yeah, I guess I deleted them and remade them and stuff. These two I think are pretty developed, but I don't know. It might be fun just to make a new warband, just so you can kind of get the vibe of what it's like to play Mordheim, I guess, and what it's going to be like to play Necromunda, I guess, when you start out. So, scan the warband, pick between these different gangs. What is it saying? Yeah. So yeah, so this is basically Reichland warband. I think in the tabletop you had like Reichland warbands were different from like Middenland warbands or whatever. Maybe originally there was only the one base type, but then you know they expanded it later on. Which yeah reminds me in Necromunda obviously there's only going to be 3 gangs at launch, but I'm pretty sure there's at least 6 main gangs. There's yeah, as well as Ulok, Goliath, and Escher. There's also Delark, House Cawdor. There's the Bone Grinders as well, which I think are a new faction. I didn't think they were around when I played Necromunda back, you know, last century. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some other factions as well. There's like the Ratskins. I don't know if they're really a faction. They're just kind of like a race. There's also like this sort of Underhive scum, the mutants and stuff. But I'm not sure if you could. I think you could have muti gangs. Maybe that was like an expansion type thing as well. So there's like a lot of range for an expansion. Yeah. Anyway, I love the Imperial factions basically. So basically, what I'm all about when I'm playing my Mordheim campaigns is either I'm gonna play like human mercenaries, but I'm gonna try and unlock the character, you know, because once you get to a certain level, you can unlock characters from the other warbands, like all related ones. So basically, if you're in these three, you can sort of unlock heroes from a couple of certain heroes from the other types, and if you're over these three, you can kind of unlock some from the others. So yeah, so basically my plan is I'm either going to want to play a human mercenaries and unlock like some sisters of battle or some warrior priests from these other factions, or I'm gonna like yeah, or I'm gonna be sisters. I'm gonna either be this guy getting you know religious characters, or I'm gonna be sisters of battle trying to get some warrior priests, or I'm gonna be this faction having warrior priests trying to get some sisters of battle into the you know I love my imperial religious nutbags basically. Yeah, I'd love to get some House Cawdor action going on in Necromunda Underhive was for that reason as well. Hmm. Um, no, I kind of like the mercenaries the best. The sisters are probably my favorite, kind of like thematically or whatever I guess, because they're all you know these cool sister battle kind of characters, like Sororitas from 40k. But they don't have any range weapons, and it's kind of annoying, like the magic and stuff. Anyway, I digress. We're gonna go human mercenaries. Starting rank. I think you want to just get right into it. I think starting rank 5 is better because I think you have an extra slot, like you have more guys in your warband, which is always good. Yeah, we'll do that.
So, you've decided to brave the city of the damned in search of gold and glory. There's no shortage of those who've tried before you. If you look hard enough, you'll find their bones littering the ruins.
Yeah,
Mordheim doesn't forgive mistakes, so
awesome.
you'd better not make any.
It's like
I'll say this for you: you've taken the first step to surviving.
it's like Vermintide. Yeah, it's got the same vibe as Vermintide.
I've forgotten more about this city than you'll ever learn. Listen to me, and you just might leave this place with the fame and fortune you're after. I'm not sure what oaths and vows
read the whole thing
to Baron von Leitdorfer's service.
Cool.
I'm not really interested in the imperial pretensions of Reichland's Grand Prince either. You need to concentrate on one thing only, and that's the task immediately before you. Aye, there's Wordstone in the ruins, ready for the taking. But there's other things in the ruins too. You've got those murdering maniacs from the Rock, ready to kill anyone they find with even the smallest shard on them. They're bad, but even worse are the degenerates who've taken to worshipping the comet that smashed Mordheim. They're twisted in both mind and body, and will happily dump your body into the pit as an offering to their Shadow Lord. You'll even see things you wouldn't believe prowling the ruins. The verminous underfolk, the Skaven of legend, are quite real, I assure you. They'll steal your Wordstone and gnaw your bones. Give it half the chance. Aye, the dangers are great, but if you were cowardly, you'd never have made the journey here. There's treasure to be had, if you're bold and ruthless enough to claim it. This city chews up the timid and the weak, so remember that, and keep your men strong. Do that, and you might just survive.
Alright, a cookie. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah, I fucking love this game. Like, I just love the atmosphere. Like, yeah, it's so much like Vermintide, you know. But it's like, I don't know, I find it like almost scarier than Vermintide, or scary in a different way. Like Vermintide's scary because, you know, rats are jumping out and strangling you and stuff. But this has just got this like really, it's really, I don't know, I feel like it really brings out the more horror side of the Warhammer kind of background. This game, the atmosphere is good. I have no words. Okay, so we're in the war camp. We've got some different unlocks here and stuff. So yeah, obviously this is not going to be anything like this with Necromunda. I think Necromunda is actually going to have, excuse me, sort of like a some sort of gang headquarters type of situation where you have different resources and stuff. Like maybe it is going to be just an abstract sort of situation like this. I guess I was kind of imagining more like you'd have like a map or something and you can see the territories you control, but maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's just like a list and you have sort of like, you know, the sump piles give you +4 sump per month or something, and the, you know, iron ore mines give you so many credits per month or something like that. Might be just pretty abstract. But yeah, there's some sort of thing like that where you control territory and you get resources, whereas there's no income in this game apart from, actually I don't think we've even got the things unlocked yet. I think I might have to do the first mission before we get to get into it, but yeah, there's no sort of like automatic income or anything like that. You just got to fight battles and get your resources in the battles. Whereas in the Necromunda game, I think you fight battles and maybe you can collect treasure and stuff in the battles, but I think it's also something to do with like taking control of those territories, and then maybe they give you ongoing resource, you know, allocation per month or something, or per turn. Excuse me. So the veteran system is something pretty cool about Necromunda. You can choose between some perks and stuff that you get here. Oh, did I? What? Did I have a choice to? Did I call myself the Gentleman's Free Company? That doesn't sound right. How do I change the name of it? I haven't played this game in so long, so apologies. I just have no idea what I'm doing. Just realized. Anyway, so go on here. Have we already chosen those, or what's going on? Oh, maybe we can't get those because we don't have enough points. Is that what's going on? Oh, right. Yeah, maybe you get like warband experience or something, and you spend them on this stuff. Right. So I think we haven't done it yet. We haven't got any points yet. That might be what's going on. Cool. Yeah, for some reason I thought when you first started off you already had points and you can just straight away put them in there. Oh no. Oh yeah, we've got heaps of perks. Okay. So Ross, alright, so we've already got all these perks apparently. So we could respec if we wanted to, but yeah. So apparently I haven't finished the campaign with anything, with any of the different races. Oh yeah, so you gotta do these things. Anyway, sorry, this is probably really boring. Not at all what I was intending to do. So yeah, so you're playing your game of Necromunda. Presumably it's sort of somewhat similar to this, even though it looks different and it's in a different setting and all that kind of stuff. But the idea is that you're gonna have a warband, or in Necromunda you're gonna have a gang, and you're gonna sort of choose characters, and it'll be kind of not like this because you won't have as many guys. You're only gonna have 5 in Necromunda. So what do you have here? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 4 heroes and a leader, and you have 5 henchmen. So in Necromunda, you're just going to have, I think you're going to have 1 leader, and the leader's going to have sort of like buff stats above what a normal character would have, same as in Mordheim. The leader has sort of buff stats, or they have, you know, more skill points, or they have access to more skills or whatever. And then you have hero characters, and there's normally two different hero characters available to each race. So, So in this one we've got the what do you call it? The champion. I think that's called. Yeah, champion. And there's 3 actually. Yeah, the champion, the young blood, and the wizard. But then there was in one of the expansions they brought out the smuggler and also the warrior priest, the wolf priest of Ulrich. So yeah, I think basically in Necromunda you're gonna have, I think there's like 5 or so different sort of character types that you can have in your gang. There's like saboteurs and brawlers and, you know, heavies I think was one of them. So yeah, so it's a bit different from Mordheim, and a bit different from how I thought Necromunda was. But I don't actually know the new rules of Necromunda, so maybe it's similar to that. But how I thought the old rules of Necromunda worked was basically you had like you had a hero, you had a leader, and then you have some like champions or veterans or whatever that are kind of like heroes, and then you have your normal gangers, and then you have your Juves, which are kind of like these weaker under like with weaker characters with less stats and stuff. Um, so yeah, I think it's changed now. So now I think it's more like a class-based thing, kind of like like having like a wizard, a rogue, a mage, except for you have yeah, we have like brawlers, heavies, saboteurs. Can't remember the other classes right now, but anyway. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I mean, I'm a little bit bummed about the whole 5-man limit. They said they did it because they want to have four player multiplayer, and if you have more than 5 characters to move each in a turn-based game, it can get a bit tiresome and stuff. Which I can dig that, but I don't know. I mean, I probably prefer to play it. Well, I prefer to play Mordheim single player most of the time, just grinding it out, doing missions and stuff. Kind of gets boring after a while, I guess. But but yeah, I mean, it's just having more guys. You got more variety, you got more chance to tailor your gang. Um, but I guess if they give us sufficient customization options, then maybe that's okay. Um, so like I'll just hire some guys so that we can look at what they do and stuff. Um, yeah, I love these guys, these warriors. Um, I'll hire a few of them. Don't want to put him there though. Yeah, so basically you can go in here, you can buy some weapons and skills for him. So this guy doesn't have any experience points yet because he's just level 0. I think we possibly can buy leveled characters, maybe not, but yeah. But yeah, you can also equip them with gear and stuff. So this guy's starting off with 2 one-handed weapons, which is fine. I think when they first start out, yeah, 2 one-handed weapons is the best thing for them. Either 2 one-handed or 1 two-handed, but 1 weapon and shield doesn't work because of their amount of action points. Basically, they can only do 1 attack, so you want it to be as big of an attack as possible, either 2 weapons swinging at once or a 2-handed weapon. I want to move them over here. Oh yeah, okay, get this guy in. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, one thing about this game is that the game matches, because you're playing just single player in this mode that I'm playing now. The game just matches you with an equal number of and strength of opponents. So basically, at the start where we're playing now, it's quite dangerous because we don't have very many tools, and so the enemy player the computer player is going to be have a good chance of beating us up. Once you get up to a much higher level, you've got a lot of points invested in skills, items, gear, and you've presumably intelligently allocated all that stuff to make your team like really powerful, whereas the computer's unlikely to have done that. So it kind of gets safer and safer as you go up in levels in a way. So yeah, the first part is actually quite not very safe at all. Actually, I hadn't thought at all about what strategy or anything that I wanted to go for with this game. One thing that's pretty cool is to get a bunch of these guys and give them all guns and do like a Overwatch type of thing where you just sit back and let the enemy run towards you and you shoot them with guns. Just because you can't really do that with some of the other melee focused races, so it's just kind of like a cool, unique thing to do with these guys. But I think I'm going to go for more of a heavy armored sort of a thing. Get like a bunch of these sort of dudes. Yep. And we want some heroes. I really did literally I haven't played this game in years, and I literally did no research. I probably played it, yeah, maybe like a couple of years ago or something. It wasn't that long ago, but it definitely wasn't recently. I want some champions. feel like I want one of these guys. Young Blood. I think he was good as like a dodge kind of warrior. Yeah, maybe we need. Oh, actually, yeah, but he's got some of his skill. Whatever his skill is, it's pretty crap. I remember. We'll get this guy. I suppose we should have. Yeah, we'll get one of these guys as well. Why not? And get a mage. All right, we've got. I feel like this is definitely not how I went about creating a warband like when I was actually playing this game. So I'm pretty sure I'm doing something really wrong, but I guess we'll figure it out as we go along. One thing I remember is that they quite often like die in the first few missions because you guys don't really have much survivability. They can't really hit very well. Just everything's bad basically. And because of the sheer number of dudes we're going to have on there, the enemies are going to have just as many guys. So you know, they're potentially like one of these guys is going to have like 5 enemy guys ganging up on them and killing them and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be kind of interesting. Yeah. I think I don't really want all these dudes. I don't know if I want this mage guy, for example. I feel like mages are only good once you get I don't like sack him. Yeah. Do we get the money back? No. Oh, whoops. I kind of thought maybe we were still in some sort of pre-start type period, but I think we're in the actual game now. Maybe we want one more champion. I'll get another one of these guys. Oh yes, I feel like these guys have got 5 action points, so they can actually use a single-handed weapon to a degree, whereas the other guys can't really. I think it costs you 2 points to attack, basically. I know. I'm kind of thinking at this point we should maybe just jump into the game because I can't like remember. Yeah, how about we'll do a fight. We'll do a battle. I'll get half my guys killed, and then we'll come back and we'll do the in between games, and we'll, you know, change our faces around and stuff like that. Yeah, I was going to talk a bit about the customization options and how I was a little bit disappointed with Mordheim. Not, you know, it's pretty good, but yeah, a little bit disappointed. But yeah, what I'm hoping we'll get out of Necromunda. Oh yeah, the shop. I feel like some blue handguns could be handy. What's a pendant do for you? Heavy armor. Hunting rifle. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna buy some. Oh, some helmets, yeah. Some heavy armor could be good. Okay, yeah, so if it's a blue one, then it has like a better chance to avoid. So like these, like this has got plus 8% hit chance, whereas if we had like a blue bow, it would have, you know, 16 or whatever. Alright, so we've bought some junk. We'll go back to our warband management. We'll give our leader alternate. Can we just buy? Oh, he can't use whatever that pistol was. It was not there's only a specific type of pistol that he can actually wear. So yeah, what my thinking is I'm going to give him heavy armor and one of the champions as well, because these guys have got more action points than the other guys, so they can actually move a bit further. So even though the heavy armor will make them move slower, but you know their extra action points will make them be able to move a bit further. Yeah, just like everything about this, like how, you know, we're in this, like, it looks like we're in some sort of underground or an alleyway or somewhere where our gang kind of assembles, getting ready to go and fight and stuff. Um, you know, I hope that Necromunda has this same sort of thing. Like, even though it's very basic, like it's not like an XCOM where you see them like working out and exercising and stuff like that. It's sort of, yeah, it's just this little bit of atmosphere that you're in this sort of, there's our cart there with our like holy symbol and stuff that of our gang or whatever. Can't believe I didn't even name my gang. We're called the Gentleman's Free Company. It's a pretty odd name. But that's okay. I didn't actually have any kind of roleplay background in mind or anything. It was more, not so much about like what I'd normally do in these type of games, which is like creating my own kind of story or anything. It's more about just showing, you know, Necromunda, what it's like and stuff. So yeah, without further ado, I should actually get into a game. Yeah, that was why there was such a long voiceover at the start, because that's actually the start of the campaign. The great thing about the Mordheim campaign is that it starts you off in that you're in the campaign, excuse me, but then you're just doing like random missions. There's no like, you don't have to do anything in the campaign, but then as you like kind of go on, the campaign missions will become available, like to actually proceed in the campaign, and then you can choose to go and do them, or you can just keep choosing to do side missions like indefinitely. You don't actually have to ever progress the campaign. This is kind of cool. So remember with this, you basically want to have all your warband together. So these like just divided into 3 strike teams. It's not great. What you want to do is have all your warband together. So if we do this one, it's going to have one warband deploys tightly, the other's scattered randomly around the area. So that's going to suck really bad if we're the one that's scattered. But if we're the one that's not scattered, it's going to be really good. So I guess we'll just have a swing at this.
Enemy warriors have been spotted all over the area in small groups, as if they were scattered by something.
Hope you can hear
You
that.
stage your warband near your wagon, ready to take advantage of the enemy's misfortune.
Oh yeah, we got our good spot. We're around our wagon. They're going to be scattered. Okay, yeah. So this is one of the weird things about Mordheim. You place your guys like where you want them to be. There's a map button you can do with tab or something. Alt, shift. Yep. Okay, so we're going to be around our wagon in these spots, and if we were the other team, we'd have spots like mixed, you know, scattered around here. That's the enemy's wagon. So your wagon's kind of like your home base, where you have your flag and stuff. It's not actually called a flag, it's got a whole icon or something. Yeah, I imagine Necromunda will have this kind of similar stuff as well. Like maybe not a wagon with an icon, but there might be like a standard sort of some standard things that you'll see in regularly in different maps. Like I can't remember the things I've heard. There's like elevators, there's health stations, there's stuff. There's like, I don't know, there's like half a dozen things that you can interact with that you might commonly see in missions in Necromunda. So yeah, and in Mordheim there's not that many. There's only like your wagon, their wagon. There might be like one or there's items on the ground that you can find. Basically gives you loot. I hope they have loot in Necromunda. I assume they will. Because loot's, you know, that's awesome. That's one of the great things about going into a new map and wondering what kind of loot you're going to find. That's kind of one of the ways you progress in this game, is by finding new loot. Anyway, I should have actually done the random shift. Yeah, should have actually done the random thing, but you can just go like this and just kind of like click and just randomly place you guys. Sometimes there's an option you can choose that does that for you, so you don't get to place them. I feel like it makes it a bit more exciting. This is our captain. This is one of the great things I love about Mordheim. You don't know where they are. Like you only see from the perspective of your characters. So like, you know, there could be guys just around any corner here, you know. Yeah. In Necromunda, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more open, and it's, you know, maybe not going to be as dramatic because you can sort of see the map and like that. I'm not sure what that visual representation was that had like the colored icons for the different characters and stuff. It didn't look very nice. But I guess maybe it's meant to represent some sort of scanner or something that you're using, maybe, or maybe they're not even. Maybe it's not even representing anything. It's just meant to be a completely abstract representation of the game map. But yeah, I don't like that idea that you can see everything all the time. So I don't know. Hopefully they'll make it so you can't see everything all the time. Oh yeah, the AI is quite slow to move in this game. So I remember now. Yeah, it's just like one turn every minute or so. I'm just gonna wait for them to do their thing. I'm just gonna eat a cookie. I'm gonna be so bad at this game. I know it. Okay, so the idea of what we want to happen is we want to find the enemy basically, but we want to but we want them basically we want to like stack up our guys on their guys. So you know we want to run into like one of their guys with like 5 of our guys or that kind of thing. Yeah, that's another thing about Mordheim, which I hope that they fix in Necromunda, is the camera angles. Like you literally like have no idea where you are or what direction you're facing or what's going on. So yeah, we're trying to get our bearings here. So we know that at least 3 of their guys are going to be around here, and they'll. Oh, actually, no, I'm not sure with this one. It might be just completely random. They were just scattered everywhere. But yeah, if it was like the three different groups thing, then they'd have one group here and maybe one here and one here or something. Not sure about this start, but anyway, we won't worry about the enemies too much yet. But we want to collect some of this this green stuff, which is the weird stone, and we want to collect some of these like items perhaps. I'm not too worried about the items, but the word stone we definitely want to collect. That's kind of like the whole point of being here, and we want to keep our guys kind of stacked up. So anyway, all right. So this guy we will. So I think we figured out. Actually, that's another thing with this game. You can mark the map. So if we just, this is really useful. If we just like click here, then it puts a little marker there, and that's going to make a blue light. So if I come back here, should be able to. Oh, where is it? No, can't even see it. Possibly it's that red light there, I guess. Yeah, I think it is there. So yeah, I think basically we're just going to come through the middle here and see what's what. So you can see our little blue dots on the bottom left there. Right, we've used 3 of them, and when I get to the edge of this ring, this blue ring on the ground, it's going to use another one. And the way that it works, you can go back as long as if you retrace your steps on these blue dots, it gives you your blue things back, your blue dots. Does that make sense? Yeah, so we've got all that. We're back where we started. We've got all our blue dots back again, which is our movement points. And I believe it's going to work the same way in Necromunda. So you're going to have movement points and action points. Your movement points are for moving, your action points are for attacking and doing various other things, you know, spell type effects and stuff like that. Although you won't have spells in Necromunda, obviously. Okay, so yeah, so we're just going to move up here. And we'll do like an ambush stance when we get closer. So yes, oh, okay, so their wagon's already marked in red, and it's our blue marker inside the red marker sort of thing. So yeah, so we can move to like here or so. Yeah, we won't go too far. We'll just sort of stay here and go into ambush stance, and that way, if anyone comes through that entryway, this guy will charge onto them automatically. We'll probably just stack up all of our guys in there, so they'll kind of do that, I guess. This guy just. Actually, this guy can just kind of run through here. Yeah, so you can kind of get tricky in this game with how you use your blue movement points. So you can kind of go around there, or you might be, sometimes you can do stuff like go in here and kind of go here and touch the circle there, and then use that to get a little bit of an extra range advantage. Oh, that's the wrong direction actually. So yeah, so you come in here, and then like instead of going around that way, you could sometimes you can kind of like go here and can't quite reach. But yeah, if we could have hit the circle there, that would mark the blue dot there. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll stop trying to game the system. The point isn't really to win this game or anything. It's just to kind of like talk about Necromunda while we're playing a bit of this to give it a bit of a visual representation. But yeah, so if you move over one of these loot items, then you get the option to pick it up. So, oops, that's all right. So gather the wordstone. Take.
Objectives updated.
And then we'll get a little buff or do. Warp effect. There we go. I think it was a positive warp effect. Can't remember how you figure it out now. Oh, here we go. Don't know, doesn't seem to have any effects. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're going to go into ambush stance on him as well. No, actually, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So one bad thing is if you guys are out in front of the rest of your pack, and then you put him in ambush stance. An item? No, there's no item. Ah, here we go. Okay, so they've moved a bit. So we're up against these witch hunter type characters. So that guy's gonna get our wordstone. So we want to get over and give him a whooping. Move here. Yeah, so basically I don't want to move too far with this guy. I might try and get him like still inside here and just do an ambush stance there. I don't know. Maybe it's yeah, maybe we should try and get some support with our other guy over here. So that, yeah, like those guys can probably like kill us in one lucky round of attacks. It's sort of saying it's pretty rough and ready these early games. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't remember the strategy of this game too well, so I'm just gonna kind of stack up my guys and then we'll kind of figure it out as we go along. We might lose some dudes initially, but if we're at least in the same area, then we should be able to stack up our guys a little bit and hopefully get some local superiority. Yeah, it sort of feels like I've got a heap of guys because they're all melee as well. Not like normally you'd have. Oh, see, this guy could probably make it over there and actually fight some of those guys, but no, I don't want to engage until we're ready to sort of really wreck shop with a whole bunch of guys at once. Yeah, we'll put this guy in ambush stance. We'll put him in ambush stance basically. So if they get any charges, if they try and charge on us, we might be able to get an attack on them. Actually, he's not going to be able to push anything because these other guys are going to be in his way. Oh, my turn, sorry. So this is my captain guy. Got heavy armor, shield and stuff. He can actually parry a little bit. He's got some defensive ability. The rest of my guys at this point don't really have any defenses. They're just all offense. So this guy is the one that can actually defend a little bit. So I mean, possibly actually put him. He's got 44% parry. So I could sort of like put him somewhere, like here, say, and then put him in parry stance, and then they might. Oh no, he's just right. He's got to come back here. So, movement. Yeah, so the idea is being that if they sort of charge him, then he'll get to parry, and survive hopefully. And on their way to charging him, they might trigger a ambush charge from one of the other guys. So so I'll put this guy kind of like here, and put him in ambush stance, and then see that pathway kind of runs across the front of my captain. So if they try and move into my captain without charging or whatever, they might run into him. I don't know. He might intercept them, that's what I meant to say. And yeah, kind of the same thing with this guy.
A new round has started.
So I'm basically just playing a really conservative. Let's see how we go. Enemy's turn. Still letting his go. It takes a while for the enemy to run through all of their turns. But yeah, this atmosphere in this game is pretty cool. It's pretty just grim gothic kind of imperial. Obviously the graphics look a lot better in Necromunda because it's a lot more updated and stuff. But yeah, this sort of claustrophobia. I love how the buildings block line of sight everywhere. So many times I've been playing this game and you just go around a corner and run into an ambush from an enemy team that you just didn't expect to be there. And it just really adds to the tension, I guess. Oh, we're still in our word stone. Yeah, so that guy's taken some of our word stone last time as well, so we definitely want to get him. But yeah, I hope they have this same kind of, I don't know, I just hope it's basically exactly the same, but just better, I guess. It's hard to imagine what you don't have, There's that famous quote that Henry Ford said that if you'd asked, Americans what they wanted before he invented the Model T Ford, they would have said horses. So this is what I was talking about with my guys having no defense. Offensively they're okay, but they can't. They got no shields, no parry ability, no dodge. You kind of need to develop a little bit and have a few levels before you can really develop any defense. Okay, so this guy. He's got 5 action points, so I think he can hit twice with this two-handed weapon, but I think he can't charge, if I remember correctly. So I need to just cruise in and just run into this guy's field. Okay, so 62% chance to hit. Hopefully he's not going to parry me. Boom. Oh yeah. And yeah, that's right. Yeah, so the first attack costs 2, and then it costs 1 more point of one more red pill after the first attack. And if you had enough, you could do another attack after that, but I think it would cost 4. And I think that's the most you can sort of get up to 3 attacks with 9 attack action points. Miss. Swing and a miss. Yeah, so this guy's a hero, so he's a bit of a hard target, so it's probably better to kill these other weaker characters first. But, yeah. And yeah, this guy actually does have some defense. He's got this dodge, so he can dodge 1 attack potentially, 40% chance, which is not great, but it's better than what these other guys have, which is essentially no chance to dodge. But yeah, the good thing about that placement as well is that he's sort of blocked off, so this downed guy here can't get ganged up on, but he's going to get finished off by this hero here, unless we can finish him off. So we can try to charge. We've got 3 action points here, right? So it costs 2 to attack or 3 to charge. I think if we charge, it's got slightly less accuracy, but I think your ambush stance is the same range as your charge. I think. I'm not sure though. I feel like I'm about to pull a charge off this guy. Yep. Oosh. See, that was really bad. Yeah, I was trying to charge the hero, but yeah, I ran into this guy's ambush instead. What can you do? So that guy's kind of a third dead or a quarter dead, so it might be a good chance to try and stack up on him. See, this guy got 25% chance to dodge, which is really like not very reliable. So this guy really just wants to get the hell out of there, but he can't. It's sort of stuck. You flee, but they get a free attack on you, so we don't want to do that. So we might just delay on him, and then we can manage to down this guy somehow with some other attacks. We might be able to get him out of there. So maybe, actually, maybe I'm going to stack up all my heroes on this guy and just make sure we try and take him out. Yeah, so we'll just get this guy in here. I can't get any charges on this guy, unfortunately, but it's okay. So I love this melee combat, like this kind of game where we're like, so you can see how each character's got their little zone of control and the yellow lines, and so you create this sort of like landscape of their overlapping sort of fields of control, and that's sort of how the melee combat sort of works in Mordheim. And I mean, I don't know, I guess maybe it is, I haven't really thought about this, but yeah, I mean, maybe it is kind of just really arbitrary and doesn't really make any sense, but it's but yeah, I don't know, it's just, I find it really engaging. So I've got the charge here, so it's only got 56% chance to hit with the charge. It's more likely to hit if I just walk into combat, I think. Yeah, 83%, so we'll go with that. Oh, so he would have possibly downed him if he had landed that. There's no point delaying, he may as well just end his turn. Okay, so I'm going to try and finish this guy off. Yeah, this guy should be able to get his dodge. Doesn't go too far. Now, come on. Gosh. We can possibly fit 2 more guys on this guy. Yeah, we want to get as many attacks as possible on that champion. We're only probably going to get 2 on him. We're lucky. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, that's the guy that took the charge accidentally. So he was already damaged. So we're not doing too well there. We're 1 down. Right? And we're 2 guys are nearly about to be dead as well. So yeah, my whole point of trying to kill this champion was so that I could, free my other guy. But that doesn't seem like it's likely to happen now. Still, we'll try. We'll do what we can. All right, do it. 2 attacks. Good. And 1 more. Beautiful. All right, so that was pretty good. I was thinking we're gonna have to use another character. So we've still got a bit of space here. So we can't attack, and this guy's fresh. So what I might do. That really fucked that shit up. Excuse my French. Oh no, that's okay. Very good. We still got our dodge. Can we parry? No, we can't parry with this weapon. If you had a halberd, you could parry, but I think with the swords you can only dodge. So that sort of gives that character that he engaged with is going to get a surround sort of malice to him. Let me get this guy. So this guy is one of our only tanky characters. Yeah, so he doesn't need to be. But this guy's probably still going to be alive at the end of this round, so we'll put him on this guy. Oh, nice. Crits are really good in this game, by the way. So yeah, if you can do a crit, yeah, get them going. And you obviously have much control over at the start. Although swords have a higher % chance to crit. When you get to the game, you can choose skills and stuff that increase your crit chance. Yeah, I actually haven't looked into the Necromunda skills too much to see how they seem to operate. I guess I assumed that they'll be somewhat similar to the ones in this game, but I don't know. They seem. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, no, I won't comment. I haven't really seen too much about the skills, but I'm just see if we can kill this guy. Oh, boom. This guy must have quite good weapon skills, like 85% chance to hit. Oh, it's because this guy's stunned, but let's give you a bonus. Crunch, taking out the trash. Alright, so we got 2 of them down, and one of them was a hero, so I think we're definitely sort of ahead on points now. Let's go over here, so this guy's got more more of a surround. Yeah, I know if you've got more than one person, you get this sort of all alone check. If you don't have a friend engaged in the same melee, but I'm not sure if you get more of a malice the more enemies that are surrounding you or not. Okay, so this guy, let's get some more hits onto this over here. Boom. Oh yeah. So is that everyone dead? Oh no, let's go here. Oh, crap. How did he dodge that? It sucks.
A new round has started.
I love this game. Like I do. I just love I love the visuals. I love the atmosphere. I love the characters. I love Warhammer, so I just love all these characters. You know, the warriors and the captains and everything. So sort of thematic of the Warhammer ethos and background. This witch hunter character, these are cool as well. Yeah, it's just the only thing I didn't like about it was just that longevity. Like once you get to a certain point, you've got all your characters up to sort of level 7 or higher. You know, you're sort of starting to get like max level characters. Some of your max level guys are dying, and you're starting to replace them and stuff. And you kind of got some of the best enchants and all purple weapons on all you guys, and more mostly purple weapons or whatever. You know, you sort of get to this point where you know every possible enchant that you can possibly get, every item that you can possibly get. There's not that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, every sort of weapon type that you would want is there, but you know, there's only so many of them. Maybe there's 30 or something. You know, different weapons, and not all of them are available to each class. Only a few will be available to each class. But it's not like in Path of Exile or Diablo or something like that, where you have a sort of procedurally generated items with random properties, which kind of just keeps it going forever. You can always find that sort of perfect combination of stats that are like, you know, you might like a crit and base weapon damage and attack speed or something, you know, that you might look for in Diablo or a game like that. Whereas in this game, base weapon types always have the same property, you know, whether it be crit or whatever, and it's quite simple, and it's only just one property. Like, so swords have crit chance, maces have accuracy, you know, each weapon type just buffs one stat, and then the enchants, you can only have one enchant per weapon, and that just buffs one stat as well. So, you know, I mean, some of the enchants actually do other things other than buff one stat. Buff a stat, they might do some other type of function, but still, they don't. You know, there's no sort of like epics or rares or legendaries or anything like that. There's just the basic types of each type of thing. So yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It works really well for the competitive multiplayer side of things, I think, because it's kind of crap in competitive multiplayer when you have these kind of, I don't know, it's a better word for it, bullshit combinations of skills or attributes that can make characters just, you know, overpowered in a way that's just not fun. But in single player, that stuff's great. You know, you just want to get all the cool things that you can have. You know, not so much to be overpowered, but to be able to do cool stuff. You know, to be able to make unique characters that can do things that are actually exciting or interesting. What are we doing here? I'm not sure which one of these guys is sort of the softer target. I'm guessing the hero probably is. Let's see if we can damage this guy a bit more. Oh yeah, we should be looting. I forgot about that. So when they drop these little bags, are we doing? Is that it? Are we doing it? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So we've got lodestone. I don't know if we really want the flail. I think we can sell it for a couple of gold, but I don't know if that's a value to us. Great flail. Yeah, I don't think we really need gold, but yeah, whatever.
Objectives updated.
Okay, so I've got no attacks left. I might just move away so I can free up that spot so that one of our other guys can kind of get in there and attack. Because there's only a certain amount of real estate around each enemy where you can kill them. Is that an enemy there? I don't want that. I don't know, sometimes you have like a quest to collect certain items, and I thought maybe that was one of them, but maybe it wasn't. Okay, so that guy doesn't have any space left around him for anyone to attack. Because this guy does. Oh yeah, that was a mighty hit. Cool. So yeah, basically the plan is to try to the plan is to try to stack as many guys around each one of these guys so we can make sure we get enough hits to kill them before their next round. So yeah, that's a morale check. So because he has more than one enemy around him, he has to make that morale check. So yeah, it depends on their illness or their willpower or something like that. I can't remember the stats exactly now. But yeah, and I love having lots of guys, you know, like I feel like you've got this little army, like a little company of soldiers. Whereas yeah, I guess that's definitely going to be a big difference with Necromunda. It's not going to be like a company of soldiers that you've got. It's going to be just a gang where each of your 5 guys is with their own personality and you know is really important to your overall chance of success. Yeah, so I really think it's going to come down to the customization of the individual guys. You're going to need like I'm going to need a lot of customization to make sure that each guy is really unique and characterful that can be attached to them, and they have to do cool stuff. Like they have to have well, I mean they have to feel powerful and stuff, but I mean they need to be different and interesting, not just. So what am I saying? Like, so there's 5 different classes, I think, or 6 or whatever. You got your saboteur, your brawler, your deadeye. I think there's a sniper type dude. Leader. Oh, I mean, leader I think is different. Like, I think there's different archetypes, and maybe one of those archetypes could also be a leader. I'm not sure if the leader is like an archetype itself. But anyway, my point is that you've kind of got these different characters, and like for me, each character is sort of like an opportunity to sort of tell a bit of your gang story or something. Like if you've got, I don't know, different characters with different different personalities, like I just think you've only got 5 guys, right? So you've only got 5 pieces to sort of tell your story or like create your gang's character or whatever, you know. So it's sort of, yeah, you want to have some good good tools to be able to do that, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe I'll stop talking for a while until I figure out what I'm trying to say. I like the sound in this game too. Like, rah, rah. These guys are pretty cool. They can get some cool spells when they go, but magic in this game, I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty Warhammery, but yeah, they basically can like blow themselves up and cause injuries to themselves when they try and cast spells. It's quite cool, and yeah, chop. I like the blood splatter on the screen as well. I wonder if, I bet they're probably going to have that in Necromunda as well. Wouldn't be at all surprised if we saw that come back. Oh yeah, we want to loot these guys. I keep forgetting. We looted the... Yeah, I think we need to loot that knight guy. I think we might have already looted his body. Great sword, sure. I think, yeah, I don't think white items are really worth that much, but... I wonder if we can... More than one... No. I was thinking I had to get out of the loot bag there somehow. So let's go do one more attack. And we've got our champion somewhere, and he's going to have 2 attacks. So if I use that slot up... my champion's already... I think it's that champion. I think he's already in base to base. Hopefully. No, we'll have a crack anyway. Okay, so there's 2... There we go. So this is the one I want to loot.
Objectives updated.
I don't think that young blood actually had moved yet, but I guess he has. Alright, let's do it. Alright, I think we're definitely winning now. I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting bottles. You can see in the top left there, the red bar there is their enemy's morale. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably care about that. Oh yeah, I've got one more guy after this, so I'll move this dude out of the way, and then the other guy can... Oh, crap. I just ate that charge, but luckily I used my mad dodge skills to not take any damage. Yeah, so this guy... see what loops we can get. Nothing there. Oh yeah, this here is what we're on about. No, nothing of interest. I'll take the weapons, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure that their crew is just going to run once it gets to their turn. Crunch! The two-handed's got a... so... no crits. Right, go for it. What's his dodge chance? 0. I think it's because he's wearing heavy armor. It gives you a malice dodge. So yeah, I think it's a bad idea to put them in heavy armor. But that's okay.
A new round has started.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so that's a battle in Mordheim, basically. Sorry. Oh yeah, we didn't get to loot the battlefield. So
It's a bit of luck and a lot of skill.
if you pick up the items
Most
from
of all,
the
he needs
battlefield,
strategy.
then you get
You
to
have
keep
managed
them,
to
obviously.
find the winning
But
mixture.
if you don't pick them up, then
Now just be
you
careful
get
not to lose it.
a certain percentage of whatever's left on the battlefield, and it's kind of based on, it's based on how many characters you have. Like each character adds a certain percentage to how much of the loot you get, or something like that. So the kind of quickest way to grind it, I guess, is just to quickly go in and kill the enemy guys or make them rout straight away, and then just randomly collect whatever percentage of loot that you can collect. Whereas if you kind of delay the game and kind of go around and pick up every item that you can and stuff like that, you might get more loot, but it'll take you like, okay, so that guy's not going to be making a return appearance in the next mission. So when you guys go down, they roll on a random chart to see kind of whether they die or they get a permanent injury or something. Sometimes they'll lose a leg or an eye or an arm or something like that. There's various things that can affect their chances of surviving and stuff. I think possibly there's some stats that can, or some sort of traits that characters can get. Maybe not Empire, but maybe some of the other ones. Maybe not this mercenary warband, but maybe some of the other ones. But yeah, anyway, you roll on this chart, and depending on what you roll, that's what happens. So this guy obviously rolled really badly; he's dead. Quite often you'll just roll. There's no major issue, and you just either you get some experience from the near-death experience, or you're out for a couple of matches, or that kind of stuff. It's usually not too bad. Occasionally you get a permanent injury like a missing eye or a chopped off leg or whatever, or sometimes you get dead. So yeah, so he didn't have any experience anyway, so we don't really care that he's dead.
It's over for this one.
Yes, it's over for that one. So yeah, so it seems like 3 XP was all we needed to get an advancement, so that's pretty cool. Oh, this guy got 2 advancements because he was just wrecking shop on people. He took out 3 enemies apparently, or he got 3 XP for taking out enemies, and he got most valuable warrior as well. So he's pretty badass. We like him. I don't know. Have to make himself another coffee. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this game, but like, I don't know, it just gets me, like as I said before, like if it wasn't for that factor of there being kind of like once you get to a certain point and there's no sort of more items to kind of find, and there's no like random, so like the other game I play a lot of is Battle Brothers at the moment, but also XCOM 2 brought it in. So in both Battle Brothers and XCOM 2, your characters, even though they're sort of standard types of characters, so we've got this sort of warrior henchman, this champion type hero, this youngblood type hero, and this priest of Ulrich type hero, and this captain type leader guy, and they've all got their sort of traits that are specific to their type, but in between these 4 guys here, there's nothing to differentiate them at all. Like I can visually differentiate them. I can change their haircuts and stuff like that. But skills wise, they're identical. And as I level them up, I can specialize them in different things. I can make this guy a gun shooting guy, this guy a 2-handed sword wielding guy, this guy a heavy armored shield wearing guy, whatever. But it's only the points that I allocate to them. There's no innate difference between them. And that kind of, I don't know, that's just something something lost there for me, like whereas if there's a rare chance that some guy might be 1% tougher than another guy, or another guy's like 5% faster than the average guy or whatever, you kind of hunt for these recruits until you find the one that's going to be perfect for that build that you've got in mind, that's going to give you that little extra advantage or something, which may not make much difference practically in the game, but gives you that kind of extra roleplay thing. In XCOM, the different characters have different hidden skills that they can have from other classes. So, like a warrior might have like a youngblood skill or something like that, or a youngblood might have a champion skill or something like that. Not all youngbloods, just that one particular character. Like each individual guy's got their own hidden traits. So, you kind of collect different guys, and they're individuals. Same thing in Battle Brothers. Each individual brother that you recruit's got their chance of having their own unique traits. So so they didn't have that in Mordheim, and I assume they're not going to have that in Necromunda, and that's a real shame to my mind. Like that's one thing that would dramatically increase the longevity, but it is a thing it's not great for the multiplayer side of things. So I think they're going to be pushing multiplayer even more in Necromunda than they did in Mordheim. So I kind of imagine they're going to stick with the same thing. So yeah, like basically the biggest hope that I had for Necromunda, I'm kind of think it's pretty likely that it's not going to come true, which is basically to have procedurally generated items like legendaries and stuff with unique traits that are like generated from a pool or something, and for individual gang members to have unique traits. So not different classes. The different classes do have different skills that are available to them and different sort of innate passives and stuff. But for the actual individuals, like if you hire a guy, Jeff, then Jeff's got slightly different stats from Bob, even though they're the same class. That's what I was hoping for, and I think that sort of stuff really increases the longevity of the single player game. But yeah, I don't know. I suspect they're not going to have that in it because it's better for multiplayer balance. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel like the multiplayer is going to be fun, maybe for a while. But what would make this a classic that I'd be still playing for years and years would be that single player depth, which I think is probably not going to be there. But yeah, but I'm hopeful. And even having said that, like even though Mordheim didn't kind of have that extra level of procedurally generated items and characters and stuff that I think would have given it much more longevity, even still, just the sheer difficulty and the level of grind that it took to kind of unlock everything to try it out actually kept you going for a while. Oh wow, no Mark, I didn't see today's thing about warrior creation. Is that on the Discord? Aha. No. Where am I? Here we go. Fighter progression. No, maybe we should watch it together right now. Thanks for pointing that out. I will put that on. Let me fiddle around with my stream things. Very topical. Like I hope it's going to say the opposite of everything that I just said. I hope they're going to say that they have procedurally generated, unique traits on warriors and all that stuff. I hope I'm like totally wrong. Let's just see. Okay, so I've got my video set up. I will put my Chrome back on. We'll turn off our game sound. Okay, so this is Necromunda new video about fighter progression and customization. Thank you so much, Mark, for letting me know that just came out. Let's see what.
In Necromunda Underhive Wars, design and build the perfect fighter. Each is a unique character, with a combination of traits, perks, career, house, injuries, gear, skills, vices, virtues, and talents. Traits come in 3 flavors: physical, mental, and martial. Picking the right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and talents develop over time. Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied. Injuries are, predictably, acquired in battle and range from minor temporary nuisances to permanent dismemberment. Some injuries can be nullified through bionic enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter's abilities. They bestow unique perks and govern the role they play on the battlefield. On top of all this is equipment, individual selected skills, the rank of the fighter itself, deep visual customization elements, and much more. Every fighter is unique, and your gang will be yours alone. Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Wait a second. So I thought they said something about like vices, like they listed like 5 or 6 different things that you could have, you know, that would make your fighter unique. But then when they kind of did the breakdown, they didn't mention anything that made them unique. I didn't think. Like, I don't know, maybe I have to go and listen to it again. So what I was just talking about before you pointed out that video came out was that, you know, basically in Mordheim, all the skills and items, all the items and skills that you could get were available to any other character of that same type. So that, you know, the same house or whatever, and the same gang and the same role or whatever, they would all have access to the same stuff. And I thought they said something in the initial intro about there being like a bunch of different things. Let's just see if we can find that bit again.
Design and build the perfect fighter. Each is a unique character with a combination of traits.
We got traits. So traits are like. So yeah, I haven't been following the Discord too much, so I don't really know like what all this stuff is. Like are these traits like things that are built in, or are they choosable things, or are they random things? I don't know.
Perks.
Okay, yeah. So this thing has got like traits, perks, and career bonuses. I feel like at least something here was like random.
Career, house, injuries, gear, skills, vices, virtues.
Okay, so vices and virtues, they could be. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, Mighty Leader. So it's saying Mighty Leader has a chance of developing a virtue, vice, or a talent. So that is, yeah, cool. So that is basically exactly what I was talking about. So there's sort of some sort of random chance of your characters developing like some sort of traits that, you know, another character of the same type doesn't have. And that I think that is just going to make so much more, you know, so much more replayability basically, because you can kind of have figured out your ultimate like setup, like the exact perfect combination of different character types that you want or whatever, and then, you know, then you can be, oh, I could make it even better if I had this particular virtue that gives me like +1 accuracy or whatever, you know. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited for September the 8th. It's gonna be sick. I'm just gonna watch this bit again and just, I don't know, get hyped again. And then I'll go back to playing some more Mordheim and talking about stuff.
In Necromunda Underhive Wars, design and build the perfect fighter. Each is a unique character with a combination of traits, perks, career, house, injuries, gear, skills, vices, virtues, and talents.
So vices, virtues, and talents, I guess, are the kind of random things that you can get. Got 1 implant slot. +2 to all maximum stats. I'm guessing that's like a veteran leader thing. Have you heard anything about the items and stuff? Are the items just like in Mordheim, where you just have, you know, great sword, you know, long sword, hammer and stuff, or are there? Well, I mean, you have normal ones, blue and purple, but do you know if there's any kind of random weapon traits or anything? Maybe I should look at the gear.
Vices, virtues, and talents.
Oh, that was before that, wasn't it?
House, injuries, gear.
Gear. Okay, so what are we looking at here? I don't know. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing here indicating that these items are like unique items or anything. You know, so like what? So I guess what I'm saying about the items. So the character part, I'm pretty much. I think that's like what I was hoping. I don't really even care how much of it, how much, to what degree it is, or whether it's any good. Just anything that gives some randomization to the different characters, and yeah, it looks like there is some kind of randomization to the different characters, so that's cool. Um, yeah, with the weapons, I guess basically I was hoping to see, instead of like a las pistol, like, you know, uh, a I don't know, you know, an Armageddon las pistol or something that's got like +1 armor penetration or something like that. Just yeah, some sort of minorly different, you know. So one las pistol is not the same as another las pistol, you know. So like same thing as the characters basically. So once you've got all your gear for the setup that you need, you know, maybe you need like 2 heavy weapons and a melee tank and 2 other shooters or something. And once you've got the right weapons for each slot, you're kind of happy. But if they have this sort of randomization of item properties, so that you can, you know, get a slightly better version, then that would be cool.
Skills, vices, virtues, and talents. Traits come in 3 flavors: physical,
So traits. Yeah, I'm just keen to get my hands on this game. I've taken off 3 days off work so I can have kind of like a long weekend and stuff. Oh, this guy's got no feet. Didn't notice that before. He's got bionic feet.
mental, and martial. Picking the right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and
Yeah, so you can pick them.
talents develop over time.
They develop over time. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I hope there isn't like like all veteran gangers have the particular there's the same virtue, vice, and talent about like. Like the only way I could get rorted at this point is if every veteran ganger has the same virtue, vice, and talent. It's just a matter of when they unlock, But I assume that's not what it is, and they actually have, there's a selection or a pool that it chooses from for each one of those. So just say there's 3 different virtues, 3 different vices, and 3 different talents. That gives you like probability. Can't figure it out. I don't know. Like 3 to the power of 3 or something. It gives you like quite a lot of different combinations basically. Excuse me, maybe it's 3 to the power of 2. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied.
Many and varied. Oh, yeah.
Injuries are, predictably, acquired in battle and range from minor temporary nuisances.
Yeah, actually, that's a great thing too. So they don't get them until they get to rank 5 or higher. So you don't kind of shop around to get the right level 1 guy. You kind of level up your guys, and then you kind of get attached to them, and then they start to develop these virtues, and maybe they get a virtue that you really like, and then you love that ganger even more. Like, if this Goliath female heavy looks like, it's got, that sounds like a really crap one. But yeah, like just say you get some trait that makes them they've already got a history of being in some fights and doing really well and saving your battle or whatever, and then they get a trait where they get an extra 5%, or whatever, to a relevant skill. Then they become your favorite even more. Or maybe they get a skill that doesn't help them at all, like this fight at heroic idiocy skill that makes that makes them sort of worse, but you don't know what their next one is, because they get the idea they're going to develop more traits as time goes on. So, so they might get, it's sort of like the bad things about your characters that kind of, what am I trying to say? Like sometimes you guy loses an eye or a leg or something, and that's obviously a disadvantage. But at the same time, it kind of makes him more unique, and it kind of adds to his story and stuff. And if that same character still has an unknown chance to develop more traits in the future that might make them better for something or other, Well, it's not even about better. It's just like this, the character, just the story that kind of develops as your characters get, get older and get more traits and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I'm fucking super wrapped about this new character information.
To permanent dismemberment. Some injuries can be nullified through bionic enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter's abilities. They bestow unique perks and govern the role they play on the battlefield. On top of all this is equipment, individual selected skills, the rank of the fighter itself, deep visual customization elements, and much more.
Is it just me, or I feel like whenever they show the customization, they just have these like really bad colors that are just not like almost, I see these colors and I think that the customization looks worse than it is just because of how bad the colors are that they've chosen. I'm pretty sure they're just choosing the most garish combinations just to sort of try to demonstrate how much variety there is. But yeah, I guess it looks like there's about, I don't know. It looks like maybe it's similar to Mordheim. There's maybe like 3 to 5 different options for each body part. Maybe we should just replay that a bit and see if they flick through the options. Maybe should we play around with some slow-mo?
Itself. Deep visual customization elements, and much more.
So 6 options.
Every fighter is unique.
It looks like there was a maximum of 6 options. So there's two of them. They demonstrated 2 of them had 6 options. Why do none of these people have any feet? I'm pretty sure that Orlocks are able to have feet. So I think they just happen to have all bionic legs on all of these guys. They didn't change the option. That one's got a bionic arm as well. Pretty cool.
And your gang will be yours alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true, Mark. Yeah, you could get things that would completely ruin them. Yeah, like if you're a ranged character and you lose an arm or something, that's like like if you use a bow or something and you lose an arm, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really like Blood Bowl. I love permadeath and all that stuff in these type of games. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. Like, it sucks when your character gets completely ruined, but in a way, I kind of love that because it just gives it so much more, I don't know, gravitas. Is that the right word? More weight to like one thing I really loved about Mordheim was that feeling of fear, like especially in the early game, or the earlier parts of the game before you've kind of figured out your invincible warband, yeah, like I feel like that chance of having one of your dudes crippled or killed is kind of like what makes it so good. Like the thrill of surviving is so much better when you've got that chance of getting ruined. But yeah, I don't know. Once you've done it a few times and you've gotten all your stuff leveled up, and yeah, it is frustrating, I guess.
Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox.
I am pretty excited about that. I hope the next one they come out with is a video about itemization, saying how the itemization is just like infinite and stuff, and there's just infinite varieties of weapons and stuff. Yeah, I hope that those traits and talents and stuff aren't sort of too. I don't know. I don't care really. I'm looking forward to the multiplayer. I've been wanting. I kind of wish that I could play co-op multiplayer with Mordheim, so I'm really looking forward to the co-op multiplayer aspect with this. But I guess for competitive multiplayer, you don't want there to be random traits that are too crazy. Unless they're kind of farmable, maybe. I guess that makes it okay. but yeah, and the same with weapons. You know, if you're able to, you know, do stuff that's too ridiculous with random properties that are not like that are, you know, I don't know. I guess there's a balance. Like if you can get traits that are really powerful, but they're too random for people to be able to farm them, you know, effectively. So essentially, some people have randomly gotten some weapon that makes their gang unbalanced, whereas and not everybody else is able to get that weapon, you know, at all, you know, then that's not great. But if you've got a reasonable chance of farming it, if you kind of stick with it or whatever, then you know that would be acceptable to me. And I'm sure there'll be game modes where you can play where you're only allowed to use standard guys or whatever, so that you know you could play competitions with that. But I'm much more interested in the kind of ongoing living world type of thing, which is the kind of vibe that got you wanting to play Necromunda in the first place, I guess. Like, or for me anyway, like the tabletop version, the idea that you could have your gang sort of survive in between games and level up and all that. But yeah, I'll go back to some Mordheim and keep hacking dudes up in that game. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to come back and just replay that video again at some point because I'm still pretty excited about it. Where's Mordheim? Yeah, I don't know. Have you sort of studied all of the other videos? I've watched them all, but I haven't like. I watched Esik Hydra do a breakdown of one of them, but there wasn't really that much information in the video. I didn't think so. It was like, you know, like talking about every little detail of it didn't really. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you recommend that I watch that's relevant to my interests. Yeah, yell out. All right, so yeah, I love Mordheim. I wish they would just go back. Hopefully, they make so much money on Necromunda that they decide to go back and remake Mordheim. that would be like my ultimate goal. But no, I think yeah, I think the customization, the character customization stuff, definitely I'm sold on that now. That's obviously a lot better than Mordheim in that sort of longevity aspect. But yeah, I'm just a little bit worried about the kind of atmosphere of the actual gameplay, if it's going to have that same kind of intensity, or that same sort of intensity or whatever stress level, I guess, that I had when I was playing Mordheim at some stages. So yeah, wow. What am I doing here? Pay. Can you just pay everyone at once? Oh yeah. Is that how you do it? No. I totally forget how to play this game. Sorry guys, I'm terrible. Hey, wasn't there like a button you could just press and it would like pay everyone? Pretty sure that's not it. Oh, what's this one? Yeah, cool. Alright, done. Oh yeah, one of our guys is dead. That's right. So did the other guy get downed as well, or did he just get wounded? You just get injured when you get wounded, even if you're not downed. Yeah, it's weird. Don't you think it's weird the release schedule, like the promote? Like I'm used to. I've just been pretty much playing Warhammer 2 hard out, and for the last few years. Although I've still been playing Battle Brothers and maybe Mordheim and XCOM 2 and stuff like that every now and again. But I'm getting so used to the Creative Assemblies method of, you know, they bring out a new DLC every 2 months. They do like a preview type. They do like a teaser announcement like a week before or something, and then like 6 days prior they do like the first announcement, and then they have like a way that they release the video content, and then then they show like a dev sort of let's play type thing, and you're sort of used to that sort of certain type of way of releasing information, and it's kind of actually weird, like dealing with Rogue Factor and having their totally different method of doing it, but yeah, I'm really surprised they still haven't showed anyone actually playing the game, even in dev. And they keep releasing these videos and calling them gameplay videos, but I mean, like, it's in-game footage, but it's not like really gameplay, you know what I mean? Like not what I mean by gameplay anyway. Yeah, it's just super fast, like blitzing through stuff and making these little sort of advert sort of videos, which is, you know, pretty cool, but yeah, it just doesn't give you a feel for what the game's actually like to play, which is the thing that I really want to know. But I guess we'll find out. I already pre-ordered it anyway, so they're not getting any advantage out of providing me with more information before the game comes out, I guess. Yeah, I'm rapt about that new video. It's just like increased my mood greatly. I might just make another coffee actually. Back in like 2 secs. Should I like put that video on again just to like keep the spirit alive? I'll literally be like not very long.
One and PC. In Necromunda Underhive Wars, design and build the perfect fighter. Each is a unique character, with a combination of traits, perks, career, house, injuries, gear, skills, vices, virtues, and talents. Traits come in 3 flavors: physical, mental, and martial. Picking the right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and talents develop over time. Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied. Injuries are, predictably, acquired in battle, and range from minor temporary nuisances to permanent dismemberment. Some injuries can be nullified through bionic enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter's abilities.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool how you can nullify some of the injuries with bionics and stuff and implants. Like you were saying, how you get a character that gets ruined when they get a certain trait or whatever. Whereas, yeah, potentially you can unruin them. I wonder if they sort of strategically have set that up so that specifically the traits that will ruin a character are the specific ones that you can sort of fix, or if it's not really like that. Like, like if you're a two-handed weapon specialist or something, or a heavy weapon specialist, you need 2 arms, for example. You can get bionic arms to replace that or to fix that or whatever. I don't know. That just occurred to me. I wondered if they'd like specifically sort of set out to remove a bit of that frustration by making those things fixable. I assume not. There's probably still going to be certain injuries that just ruin a character, a particular type of character, and there is nothing you can do about it. Like, there's some that you can ameliorate with bionics, and there's others that you just can't, I guess. Probably. But yeah.
They bestow unique perks and govern the role they play on the battlefield. On top of all this is equipment, individual selected skills, the rank of the fighter itself, deep visual customization elements, and much more. Every fighter is unique, and your gang will be yours alone.
Yeah, like, that's the only thing I don't know, there's, like, this sort of stuff, see that, I don't know, I guess it's not that, I don't know. I was just sort of thinking of the, how constrictive the environments are. Like, when you've got like 10 guys on each side, and you have walkways and corridors and stuff that maybe are about as wide as what's shown in this screenshot here, you can kind of like block off this ramp with like 3 or 4 guys maybe, but if you've only got 5 guys in total, you're likely to only have 1 guy in this area perhaps, or you've got 2 guys in this area. You're not going to have that same kind of like melee. Yeah, I guess it's just going to be a different type of game. It's going to be a lot more sort of 1-on-1 and 2-on-1 combat rather than sort of 3-on-5 and 4-on-6 and that kind of stuff. I'll just go and grab this coffee back in a second.
Helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and talents develop over time. Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied. Injuries are, predictably, acquired in battle and range from minor temporary nuisances to permanent dismemberment. Some injuries can be nullified through bionic enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter's abilities. They bestow unique perks and govern the role they play on the battlefield. On top of all this is equipment, individual selected skills, the rank of the fighter itself, deep visual customization elements, and much more. Every fighter is unique, and your gang will be yours alone. Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Alright, I might get this Mordheim going again. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself that I've managed to remember to keep changing the scenes, keep changing, you know, what's on the screen to the correct thing. I thought that I'd probably be like playing Mordheim for an hour, not realizing that I've still got the Chrome screen on the stream or something, but I don't think I managed to avoid it so far. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, Mark, was it you that was saying you weren't going to pre-order, or maybe that was somebody else? You weren't going to pre-order yet until you'd seen more or whatever, or have you already pre-ordered like me? Unmute this thing. Sorry, just mute myself and then cough my guts up there. So yeah, my plan was I was going to talk about the customization in Mordheim and then sort of speculate about how it might be similar or different in Necromunda, but as we just watched in that video, it's completely different. I don't even know if they have the same kind of traits, like in actual Necromunda. Oh, that was you. Are you sold now after watching that video, or was that not? Was that what? So for me, that was the factor, like whether they had that sort of that extra level of random sort of character traits that was going to give us that longevity. That was kind of like one of the main factors that, you know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it just because it's a Warhammer game, I pretty much already pre-ordered before anything else happened. But yeah, that definitely would have like won me over if I wasn't already won over. I don't know. Has that won you over now, or are you still suspicious? I think we always want weapon skill. I think you can go crit build, but I think weapon skill is like. I mean, yeah, this campaign obviously isn't going to last past the 8th of September, so it's not like it's not really a long-term investment, but yeah. So yeah, I wonder if you actually have. I wonder if it's sort of like a point distribution type thing like this in Necromunda, or if it's more of a choosing traits and skills type of thing like in XCOM 2. I kind of hope it's more like an XCOM 2 type thing in a way, because that's, you know, having skills that actually do stuff in the game is a lot more impactful in terms of fun factor and, you know, different play styles and stuff. But there's definitely something satisfying about choosing the same skill every level up until you get it to like maxed out to a ridiculously high level that actually changes the game just because you're so good at that one stat. There's definitely a thing there. What's the deal with spellcasters? They want intelligence, don't they? Does one of these things make you less likely to blow yourself up when you cast spells? I can't remember, and I'm not going to look it up. I'm pretty sure it was intelligence. Oh yeah. Yeah, freaking, I agree. I just if it's just as good as Mordheim, then I'll be happy. But I'm hoping it's going to be better. Um, yeah, the lack of communication is a bit disturbing, but I'm hoping it's just their style. Um, and yeah, regarding Phoenix Point, Mark, yeah, I didn't buy it. I yeah, I think I made the right decision on that one. Yeah, no, I think from what I've seen, I still think I wouldn't bother playing it. I'd still rather play XCOM 2. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I'll play it one day if I get really bored. But I don't think I'm gonna get that bored. um, but the thing, one thing that I do quite often do, and that I did in this case, the one thing that convinced me as well, is that Mordheim. Okay, so my theory about games is that the vast majority of games are not not really fucking awesome games. You know, they might be okay games, or they might be great if you're a certain type of person, but they're not the type of game that I'm gonna play for hundreds of hours. And basically, if they're not the type of game that I'm gonna play for hundreds of hours, then they're irrelevant to me. You know, they're not even on the scale. You know what I mean? And so yeah, there's only a very short list of games that are on that list of games that I'm going to play for hundreds of hours, and there's and the and those are the only games I'm going to play at all. Basically, is my is the way I go about it. Anyway, where I'm going with the story is that Mordheim was one of those games. So it's probably not even at the top end of the scale of like my favorite games, but it made it into that list of games that I'll play for hundreds of hours. And any company that makes a game that gets on my list is basically like then got my kind of got my goodwill for life, basically, because there's so few of them. Um, so yeah, so basically I pre-ordered Necromunda as soon as it got announced because they made Mordheim beforehand, and Mordheim, they say I'm already willing to shell out that extra money for getting to play Mordheim without Necromunda even being good. So yeah, sorry about that whole diatribe. That's why I'm called Mercy the Mad, because of my monologues. Yeah, Mordheim did have some broken things. Yeah, yeah, no, I do. I get what you're saying. I agree it is kind of average in a way, but I just love the background, and I just love the art style, and you know what I mean? There's sort of like, it just spurs my imagination, like the background that Mordheim set in, and the sound, the voiceovers, the atmosphere, everything kind of, I guess my imagination fills in the gaps and makes it seem like a better game than it is. The thing, yeah, with Phoenix Point, like, I don't know, like XCOM 2 is a really fucking good game. Like, it's not quite it's not quite my type of game, I think, for some reason. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much my type of game. I mean, I played it a lot, and I still play it. Like, I just played it. That was the last game I was playing before the Battle Brothers Blazing Deserts expansion, which came out a couple of weeks ago. So I was like literally just has played a new campaign of XCOM 2 recently. So, but yeah, but I mean, there's something that's not quite hasn't quite hit the mark as being like the type of game I really like just because it's a bit too. Because you can't stop the clock. I think that's the thing I really don't like about it. Just you can't stop the clock in it. You can't play it forever, like a single campaign. Whereas, yeah, a lot of other games you can just kind of play forever. But even having said that, it's such just a well designed, well balanced game, and it's got this really cool cycle to it. How you kind of go through all the phases, and you want to replay it and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it's good. Yeah, and I just couldn't. When I saw Phoenix Point, I just couldn't imagine it. There's no way they could possibly like nail it as well as XCOM 2 had done it already. But yeah, I know. I guess you've played it, so you can tell me. Yeah, so we're on weapon school with these guys. I really like those champion characters, but I hate their heavy armor. Like, I love these hats, but I hate those heavy armor helmets that they get. and like I wish you could make their armor less patchy and more solid. Yeah, the customization with Necromunda with Mordheim was kind of let you down a little bit. Just didn't really have that many. Here we go. Yeah, so the armor, if you got that armor on, that's it. You've got that armor on. You can't do anything about it. Can change their. Oops. How do you? Is it like? No. Oh, right over here. Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah. So you got this guy. Each on his arms. Oh, there's only one style. There's 3 different models. Oh yeah. So you got this one, or this one. So, you know, like, there's a bit of customization there, but I don't know. It just didn't feel. I don't know. Paranoia mod? No. What's that? Yeah, no, I didn't play any mods for Mordheim. I didn't even know it had mods. Is this on? I'm just checking out my Steam library. Oh, so there's no Steam Workshop on. You must have got the mod from. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think that. See, the balance thing wasn't really the issue for me. Like, I was aware. I can't remember now, but I was aware of a few little like bugs and imbalance things that were still in the game, even after all the expansions and stuff. But that wasn't the issue for me. It was just that there was nothing else to find. Like once you've kind of gotten a couple of warbands up to max level and stuff, there's just kind of like nothing. There's sort of no reason to keep playing. I love the gameplay. I love the feeling of the game. I love the sounds when you thwack some dude with your 2-hander. But like, you know, there's no kind of nothing else to find or anything. You know. The, Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, like I'm sure it probably enhanced the game, you know, and fixed up some imbalances and stuff. But it wouldn't make any difference to me. Like, really, the reason why I don't still play Mordheim is just because there's nowhere else to go. Like once you've got to that point, you know, you're not going to find some epic 2-handed sword of life draining or something. Like you know, there's only a certain amount of skills that you can get. You know, like it's for me. Yeah, you know, it's not about the rebalancing for me. It's about the content. You just run out of content with Mordheim, basically. But having said that, I still get the urge to play it, but I always just load it up and then I remember that there's nothing new to find in it, and I kind of lose interest after a while. Yeah. And yeah, with Phoenix Point, I don't know. I just love it's something really unique about XCOM. The way that they balance the game over time. How you've sort of got this kind of gradient of power where you get more guys and your guys level up, and that makes you more powerful, and you sort of unlock your 5th and 6th squad member, that makes you more powerful, and at the same time you get the technology that's advancing, and at the same time the aliens are getting more powerful based on some sort of algorithm that's based, you know, relates to how much power you've got, and at the same time there's kind of like this sort of phases of the story that develop through, you know, over time. You know, you get your retaliation missions and the new places are opening up, and the whatever they're called, the, you know, enemy bases. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, it's just unique, I guess. Like it's sort of like this sort of structure, but it's still procedurally like there's still some randomness to it, but there's some structure to it as well. Yeah, I really like it when games do that kind of stuff. We have this sort of procedurally generated aspect, so it's never the same twice, but it's not just random. Like there's some sort of system to it that you can kind of understand. There's some sort of feels familiar or feels correct somehow. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Do Phoenix Point does that? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I explained that properly, but there's a thing that XCOM 2 has about the way that the campaign develops. And yeah, I would be very surprised if Phoenix Point did that as well. Yeah, so just saying the customization. I hope the physical customization is good. That was the other thing I made another video about as well. Like, I reckon they need to have hats. They need to have like microtransactions for just pure cosmetic stuff that you can get. Well, I don't know if they need to. Maybe it's a terrible fucking idea, but maybe they could just like maybe every expansion they bring out some new stuff. But yeah, I'd just really like to have some. I don't know, like in Mordheim was very basic. Like, they had very like for this faction we're playing here, the mercenaries. They've only got your very basic mercenary type stuff. You know, like all these heads are all like just. It's like every option that you've got in here is only an option that would create the type of guy that would be in a mercenary company like this. But what I'd like to see is a few options that made them look totally different. Like maybe you know, maybe there was some that had like facial tattoos showing that they were heretics or something, and then you could give all of you guys the heretic facial tattoos and say that you guys were like a band of heretics or something, you know, or you know, yeah, I'll do the pirate thing again. Like, just say you have, you know, well, pig legs is not really what I'm talking about, but you know, hats or I don't know, you know, like a theme, like I don't know, just like, you know, how you have like Talabakland, you have all the different provinces of the empire, and they have different colors and stuff, and this will kind of allow you to do the different colors. So not the hair, but like the pants. Can I do pants? Yeah. So these, you know, this might be. Actually, I can't remember which one is red and white. But yeah, whatever. You know, you might be able to do the provinces like that's Avaland, you know, but Avalands, like Ostlands, you know, they've got the bull as their sort of icon. You know, if you could have like knee pads that have the bull icon at Ostland or something, and you know, yeah, like I just hope they have some like extra. I hope they bring out more customization options. Basically, okay, just rambling. Oh yeah, I don't think I'll be playing much Mordheim after this week. Freaking sorry. I'm just kind of. I just thought I just had the idea today actually, so I'm starting to get more excited about Necromunda, and I just thought, yeah, I'll just boot up some Mordheim, and I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do on stream, basically. Okay. I don't know. Maybe yeah. If you reckon it's pretty good, are they still developing it? Do you know, Mark? Is it dead now? Like, did it make enough money for them to make a expansion for it or whatever? And possibly, that's the thing with these games now. Like, when a game first comes out, it's pretty much always broken and not really great. You know, like a game that's gonna have the amount of content that I kind of need. You know, it has to have like 5 iterations and multiple expansions and stuff before it's going to be like filled out enough for it to actually be the game it should be. That's probably one of the reasons why I play so much Warhammer 2, or just because they've expanded it so much. Yeah, well, my plan at the moment is I'm playing Battle Brothers at the moment because the new Blazing Deserts expansion came out. If you guys haven't played Battle Brothers, like, it's a great game, little indie game. The graphics are really basic, and that's probably the main factor that would be off-putting for you if you don't like the graphics of it. But yeah, it's got a pretty cool kind of leveling up system where you can choose different skills for your mercenaries and you can get gear and stuff. It's got like legendary items and stuff like that, but even just the progression to get like tier 2, tier 3 items is pretty hard. Sorry, my ears are getting sweaty from being in the headset. But yeah, it's cool. Anyway, sorry, I was saying, so I'm playing Battle Brothers until pretty much my plan was to play that until September 8th. because Battle Brothers is one of those great games that I've spent hundreds of hours on. I'm gonna spend more hundreds of hours on, but Battle Brothers will always be there. You know, there's no multiplayer aspect to it, and it's the kind of thing that you like to just fiddle around with and spend hours of solo time on. Whereas Necromunda, I feel like it's the new thing. It's a Warhammer game, so all the Warhammer heads will be into it, and it's got multiplayer. So hopefully, I can get a few of my mates into it and play some multiplayer games. Yeah, so basically, yeah, and I'm starting to get the idea that maybe it's actually going to be good. But yeah, I'm very much I'm trying to keep my hopes in check. Like I've definitely got Battle Brothers on the back burner there. So if Necromunda sucks, like no problem. I'm just straight back onto Battle Brothers. So yeah, and then I'll probably when the Wood Elves expansion comes out for Warhammer 2, probably in a month or two, I'll probably check that out and I'll probably be ready for some Warhammer 2 again, because you kind of go in cycles. You burn yourself out in one game and then you cycle back to the other one, and but yeah, the type of games I play, I never really get over them. Like you'll burn out for a while, but then like I can always go back and start another XCOM campaign, pretty much XCOM 2 campaign. I might have to wait like 6 months or a year between campaigns, but it's just got that much sort of depth to it that I can always pretty much go and have another go. But yeah, I'm with the customization. I would love it if they just had like not endless, but like some really out of the box type of customization options. But we shall see. Like yeah, I guess I don't know if I don't know if I should keep going on about it, but like I guess what I'm saying is all of the Goliath options look just like standard Goliaths, and all of the Escher options just look like standard Escher, and all of the Orlok options just look like standard Orloks, like, and that's fine, like, because that's what they are, but like if it was tabletop, like one of the cool things about tabletop is that you can make your own like crazy version of it, like you've got your Orloks that are actually made up of all like Imperial Guard veterans that went rogue and somehow like stole a starship and went back to Necromunda. So that, but yeah, whatever. This is some whole elaborate backstory that you've written, but basically what it boils down is that you use like Imperial Guard armor for them, But yeah, so basically having like an Orlok gang dressed in Imperial Guard flak or something, or whatever, your Orlok guys or your Goliath guys are cannibals, so they've all got filed down vampire teeth or something, and and you can sort of like make your own what do you call it, conversions to make them the way you want. So yeah, that's the only thing I was sort of saying. Like I feel like obviously initially they just have to have your standard Orlok, Goliath, and Escher stuff, but it would be really cool if like they did like promotional things like like your Halloween and your Christmas and whatever, and they did like different type of hats and stuff and different kind of like bearskin cloaks, or well not bear, like what do you call it, those sump gator cloaks or something, or whatever, different sort of thematic stuff that you can make your warband kind of like unique with your own cool things. But yeah, so hopefully they have that sort of stuff eventually. It's not a priority, obviously, but all right. I think we've leveled up our guys. What's the time anyway? How long has the stream been going for? Stream's been going for 2 hours. I feel like I've got at least another half an hour left in me. And we'll do like one more battle. Oh, thanks for coming on and chatting, by the way, guys. I've been trying to like do some streams just to figure out how it works, get used to like chatting to people and playing at the same time, but like it's pretty hard to get like anyone to watch it when you don't have any subscribers. So yeah, it's pretty cool that you guys jumped on and had a chat. But yeah, I was sort of more thinking of just recording the video as a just as a long form video, to just have just recording it as a stream and then posting it up as a long video. But yeah, this is really cool, being able to like talk to you guys and make it kind of like a real stream. Sorry about my
New shipment request
abominable
arrived.
Mordheim playing. If you guys, I know Mark's played a lot of Mordheim. I don't know if you've played Mordheim freaking, but yeah. If I'm doing heaps of stupid stuff that I shouldn't be doing,
New
and
hired
you're all like
swords
frustrated
are
about it,
available.
then yeah, apologies. I think I need to hire another guy, don't I? Yeah. And I like to have heaps of guys in my crew. Are these? Oh, that's right. So you can sometimes you can buy like guys that are already leveled up and have some skill points already ready to go. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with melee guys for this. I do like the shooting squad, but oh, we can go to the shop as well. Where's the shop? Here we go. Oh, the shop doesn't seem to have changed. Or maybe we didn't. I feel like this is trying to tell me that I have points to spend, but I don't get it. So this is no. Confused. Oh right, sorry. Here we go. Right. So these are the things that give you the points, and this is where you spend the points. Yeah, I thought you had to spend. You got to spend points somewhere. So basically, what you want to do. I hope they have this sort of stuff in Necromunda as well. That would be cool if you could sort of like tailor your gang to have certain traits and stuff like you can in Mordheim. I don't know have they talked about that. Like, yeah, I don't. I mean, I think there was some like there was some like general information about it, like when they did the when they did that sort of blog post or whatever when they first came back to life. And we were all like, "Oh, it's still on." We thought it was cancelled, but yeah, they said some stuff then about the way the game would work and how you could sort of like get territories and got the idea that there was some sort of gang management structure. But I haven't seen. I don't think they've brought any videos out since then about the gang management side of it, or about whether you can like do this kind of stuff and get sort of like traits for your gang and stuff. Can't actually remember what traits were good. I'm pretty sure they were mostly kind of a lot of the ones I would choose were for late game, but there was some something like this sort of stuff. Scout cost reduced, chance for quality missions. Okay, so I think this is one of those ones that you want to get. Can I like upgrade it or something? Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I think there was another one like that. Merchant, what's this one? Sale, oh yeah, sale chance. That was good, isn't it? Maybe. I think that gives you more chance of getting like epics in the shop. Yeah, sometimes if I was going to make like a black powder, like have everyone have guns or something, I would take gunsmith, or I think I did a Caribou great swords one time. Everyone had two-handers. I'm still bummed about that. I couldn't make that work. I really wanted to do it. I still really want to do it. Like basically just have the whole party with two-handed swords and make them meant to be like the Caribou great swords regiment from Warhammer. But it's really shit. Like it doesn't make a good warband. Yeah, I mean there's sort of ways you could sort of make it work, like using like level 3 enchantments and all that kind of stuff. You could kind of stack dodge on some of your characters, and the warriors you couldn't stack dodge, but you could sort of like stack armor. Yeah, like I think basically a dodge and but you can't parry with two-handed swords, so parry is kind of like the mercenaries thing. So it's kind of like a really crappy idea because you're basically trying to play against the strengths of the mercenaries. But I mean, it was still sort of, I don't know. No, it's not really viable. The Youngblood could get decent dodge skill, but he didn't do heaps of damage because you put all your points into dodge instead of weapon skill and crit and stuff. Strength, I mean. really remember. Was this any good? I don't know. Is Wordstone Negotiator get an extra day, 3 days on your things? Actually, can you get more? Actually, do you get more? Yeah, maybe that is good because it means you can unlock the other ones, like not your faction, but you can unlock the other factions easier because you got more time between yours if you don't want to go for your faction. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because I've already got some more experienced human warband that I can just. It's already like further along with that stuff. Did I do the enchantment one? Where's the enchantment one? Let's get that one. Yeah, we'll go with the enchantments. The enchantments are hard to get, I think. How many points have we got? I'm like bored of choosing things. I just want to do another battle. Any suggestions about which of these skills I should take? Assuming I don't want to take any of the weapon ones. You don't really need money, I don't. As I recall, you pretty much have infinite money after a certain point. I like heavy armor. Maybe I should go for heavy armor, but I feel like those ones were shit. Free consumables? I don't know if they're actually worth it. I don't know. Okay, we'll go for that. Yeah, I don't go for armor. I think we can respec apparently, can't we? So just waste it on stuff. This one upkeep, no. Alchemist, yeah, we might as well just have. Wait, what's this one? Shield or helmet? Yeah, sure. We need some shields and helmets. Why not? All right. So yeah, I think we're gonna go for like a heavy arm. Actually, let's do the Caribou Greatswords thing. We'll do it. We'll do Caribou Greatswords. We'll go armor spec. Oh, I should have gone the great. No, I didn't choose the Greatswords thing. That's right. We'll go Greatswords, but we'll use whatever we can find, hammers and stuff. All right, we got this. So we need to like upgrade all these guys to. Yeah, see that's the other thing is as soon as you get to the next level up, and then you want to use single-handed weapon because you don't have enough points to use a two-handed weapon. And then it kind of sucks really badly until you get to the point where you can use two-handed weapons efficiently again. But yeah, you could sort of use special attacks and all this kind of crap, but it didn't. Yeah, it really wasn't very good. But we'll try and do it anyway. All right. So what are we doing? Are we? Is this? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Right. We're good. Okay. 3 ball. No. Okay. Send the scouts. Holy shit. Deadly. Exceptional. Alright, fuck it. Let's do it. We'll finish the stream off with a deadly one.
Your scouts have discovered a rival warband in the vicinity. These warriors are clustered around their wagon, making
yeah, so
them
I made this mistake of drinking coffee, which I quit coffee a while ago. And now I've had 2 coffees. So I used to drink like 6 coffees, no more. I used to just drink coffee instead of water. So I just drink coffee all day long. Like 8 coffees a day and stuff. And I thought it didn't affect me. But then I stopped drinking it all the time and I found that I could actually sleep, which was cool. But now, whenever I drink coffee, it just really messes me up. It makes me stay awake and talk heaps. Because I guess I've lost my immunity. I kind of want to watch that Necromunda video again. I feel like we could almost get it in by the time the enemy has their turn. But yeah, I just love this, like, I mean, I don't know, I guess the graphics don't even look that good anymore, but Just the feeling of when you go into one of these little townhouses and it feels all restrictive and stuff. And yeah, and you can get stuck in there. Like if you get in there in a bad situation, and then there's a like demonette of Slanesh, or what are they called? Slaneshi. Yeah, I got a mental blank. Yeah, demonettes. Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, you go into one of these things and there's like a demonette of Slanesh in there or something, and you get stuck in there in melee combat, and it's all bad. But yeah, for some reason that's the kind of stuff that makes me love this game. Where were we? What's the mission? Okay, so they're over here because we both started around our wagon. That was the kind of deal. I don't think there's any point in. I can't remember actually. I think in the later game, maybe you get better items out of these things. But at the moment, if we go here, we're just going to find like a white dagger and stuff like that. That's not really very valuable. Basically, we want to get this wordstone. And maybe we want to try and get that wordstone. How come we've got no wordstone on our side, and they've got all this wordstone over here right near them, and there's some more in the middle? Watch the video again. Alright, we'll just do a little like segue. Segue is it's not the right word, is it? Well, maybe it is. Alright, we'll just do a quick little. We just need to watch we just need to rewatch the video like every half an hour or so just to keep the spirit alive. Alright, so turn off Mordheim, turn on the video, switch it over. No, yeah, we still got a bit of background noise from Mordheim, but I think it's okay. It should be loud enough. Alright, here we go.
In Necromunda Underhive Wars, design and build the perfect fighter. Each is a unique character, with a combination of traits, perks, career, house, injuries, gear, skills, vices, virtues, and talents. Traits come in 3 flavors: physical.
So what's this traits thing? So I assume these are not like... Yeah, I assume these are not just like things that you automatically have. They're actually things you choose, I assume. Otherwise, why would you bother like dividing it up into all this? You know what I mean? Like if it was, like if, so what's this guy? So he's a veteran ganger. I assume that's like his level, not his like type. Where does it say? Like so it's called their career, like whether they're like a brawler or a deadeye or whatever. I don't know where it actually says what their class is. What their career is, sorry. No, maybe one of these things down here is it. Anyway, my point is, like, if these things were built into whatever their career was, they wouldn't bother splitting it up into 3 parts and all that crap. It would just say, you know, Deadeye gives you +3 strength, plus whatever, you know. So I'm guessing you get to choose these, or maybe they're random. Maybe like that would be so cool if they were random. Oh, actually, I mean, that's the thing with this random traits. Like if it's too random, like they said in the video, they said something along the lines of those things aren't as important as your choice of house and career, which are the things that are going to most change the gameplay aspects. So, you know, if you buy a Deadeye, then you expect that he's going to be good at shooting stuff from far away. And if you buy a Brawler, you expect he's going to be strong, or whatever the traits are that help you in that. You know, so if these traits were like, if the traits that you get when you get a new ganger are so random that you could potentially get a Deadeye that's crap at shooting and is really strong or something, then, you know, that might be a bit crap. But having said that, if you could get a Deadeye that was a bit stronger and a bit crapper than shooting, but still did that job quite well, but you could potentially, as you level up, choose skills and stuff to spec that Deadeye into being like a different role, then that would be really cool. Like, that's one thing I don't like about the idea of the professions, that it kind of seems like if you choose that profession, then you only have that one role. Like, you know, basically like all brawlers are just brawlers, all deadeyes are just deadeyes, all saboteurs are just saboteurs. There's not really any, you know, I'm hoping that you're going to still be able to have a really like unique version. Your own build is going to be really unique and have differences in the way that they play in the game. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Anyway, sorry, there's a lot of crapping on.
Come in 3 flavors: physical, mental, and martial. Picking the right ones helps focus a fighter's combat style. Virtues, vices, and talents develop over time. Fighters of rank 5 and up can acquire them randomly, and their effects are many and varied.
100% bypass melee evasion on the first melee attack. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it's like Mordheim where you have 2 different types of melee defense. So there's, you know, they say melee evasion, but maybe melee evasion is like dodge, but then you've also got parry as well. So it, you know, it sounds like 100% chance to bypass melee evasion, but maybe that's only 100% chance to bypass one particular type of melee defense, and there's still another one that you can't bypass. You know, maybe. Obviously, if that's the case, then that makes it only worth about half as much as it appears to be worth. But yeah, but I mean that's potentially really powerful, because if you can always hit, basically if you always hit on the first attack, well, I guess that doesn't mean you necessarily always, because there might be a 2 hit roll, so you couldn't miss. But then assuming you don't miss, then you know maybe you bypass their defenses, or you bypass 50% of the types of defenses that are available. But anyway, if you can then inflict some sort of status effect that makes them, you know, very vulnerable after that, and you can kind of guarantee that first hit, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they're pretty substantial, aren't they? Like they're not just you know, they're not just like minor things. Minus 33% AP cost of all stances. That's interesting. So like if in Mordheim, so you know, so that's like ambush stance, for example. So I think ambush stance costs you 2 action points in Mordheim, and I assume, you know, well, I mean, I don't have any particular reason to think that's the case, but you know, I mean, it may be the same, it may not be. So yeah, but so what I'm getting at is just say it costs you 2 action points to assume ambush stance, you know, or you know, 2 out of your 5 or 7 or whatever you have in Mordheim. Maybe the points is different in this, but the point is it doesn't cost you full amount of action points to go into ambush stance usually. So I don't really see what the advantage of it being slightly cheaper is. Like, so normally, you know, you'd go into ambush stance and you've got like 7 action points, and you use 2 of them to go into ambush stance, so the minus 33% wouldn't really help you, unless you can do other stuff like set bombs and stuff and use your action points with sort of spell type abilities, or you know, yells or battle cries or something. But yeah, it's interesting.
Injuries are, predictably, acquired in battle, and
Hey, that heroic idiocy, so 15% heroic idiocy. Yeah, plus 15%. I thought the other one was 20%.
battle, and range.
Yeah. Oh, wait a plus 20 AP cost. Plus 15% AP cost.
And range.
Is this the same guy? Yeah. Okay, so it gives you plus 15%, and so I guess it normally costs him 120 AP or something. So 15% is 20 AP. Really? Yeah, that was my original plan was to sort of do this whole video about the Necromunda and the Mordheim and kind of what I liked about Mordheim and what might be the same, what might be different, blah blah, and then kind of just get ideas for a video and then do a video. But yeah, maybe I should just do one about this. Like, I'm loving this trailer. I'm loving this trailer. I'm so glad you told me it was on. Because I'm quite often awake at the times when they come out. They they seem to come out during Australian awake times if you stay up a little bit. Yeah, I definitely like to talk about how much I love this trailer. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should be making notes so that I'm ready to make the video. I guess, yeah. I mean, I really just want to play Necromunda, you know, but we can't. So I guess my theory was that I should do some of these like preview type videos, like, you know, just repost the Rogue Factor videos and make commentaries about them and stuff. Just, you know, I don't know, I feel a bit disingenuous about it sometimes because, you know, everybody else like us is just wanting more information, and when you repost the video, it's like, I don't have any more information. I'm just reposting the same information that you've already got access to. So it's like a bit frustrating sometimes like that, but at the same time, you know, it's a way of sort of advertising that you want to make content of this kind. So I guess if people want to, you know, subscribe to you or whatever, then they can be like, oh, this guy's been making Necromunda videos even though it's not out yet. So I guess I'll subscribe to him so I can watch it once it does come out. Yeah. And also I just like crapping on about it, so it gives me an outlet to put that somewhere.
Range from minor temporary nuisances to permanent dismemberment. Some
Plus 15 initiative. So your bionic leg actually makes you better. Yeah, so these bionic legs as well. You know, it'd be cool if you could get like a, you know, like an epic level bionic leg that was, you know, from a Uphive surgeon or something, for a, you know, from a Spira surgeon or something like that. You know, you get like a purple bionic leg or something like that. This stuff, malpractice or madness. I hope, I think Mordheim just really gave you that feeling of the atmosphere of the kind of background of it. Like some of the campaigns, like when you play as Vampire and you have that whole like Vlad von Carstein is like your boss from, you know, in the background somewhere that's threatening you and stuff like that. Like that kind of flavor text and stuff like that gives you the feeling that you're really part of this you know, ecosystem in the hive. What's an M? What's the currency? I thought the currency was like guilders or something like that in Necromunda.
injuries can be nullified through bionic enhancement.
Okay, so yeah, if you look at these guys, these are kind of pretty. I guess there's a bit of a. I don't know. This guy looks pretty cool. I like the heavy torsos. That's one thing I'm really wondering about. I hope you can have. I hope there isn't just like in Mordheim, like each character type had its own set of models. So like if you have the mercenary captain, he's got his set of different options, and if you have the mercenary champion, he has his set of customization options. Like, so, you know, whereas yeah, I'm hoping in this one it's not like that. Like, so like just say this heavy let's just say this guy's a heavy, I'm guessing, that's his career, and he's got this sort of heavier torso that you can see looks a bit thicker than these guys, but I'd love it if you could like make your love it if you could make your other characters have the heavy body or whatever. I don't know. I like just big solid dudes, basically. I guess quite a lot. I don't know. I guess I like everything. It's cool to have like just different themes to your squads, I guess, basically.
Enhancements and implants. Of course, career and house have the largest impact on a fighter.
Oh, that's interesting. On the start of turn, users' active melee weapons become poisoned. So does that mean if you pull out a melee weapon during a turn, it's not poisoned? Don't know. Plus 15% AP cost of all offensive melee skills. What the hell? Stackable times 3. So at the user's active melee weapons become poisoned at the start of the turn. When poisoned, a melee weapon deals damage skill target. I guess that's like poison damage. 15% cost of all offensive melee skills, but this little point's like indented. So it looks like it's underneath, like, you know what I mean? Like it looks like it's not a separate trait. It's like part of the poison thing, maybe. So maybe when a weapon's poisoned, then melee skills cost more, or maybe melee skills cost more always for them. I don't know. It just seems like a pretty hefty debuff that if all of their melee skills cost 15% more. But anyway, it says it lasts till the end of turn and it's stackable times 3. So that's, yeah, I don't know, that's really weird. I hope that this stuff kind of makes sense in a sort of formula way, so you can actually figure out like what this means. Like obviously we don't understand the mechanics of how the turn order works and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I hope that they do these descriptions in such a way that it actually, you know, you can understand how the rules are actually operating from the flavor text and figure out strats and stuff. I mean, you can always just try it out and see if it works, you know, and if there's a log so you can see what's happening and what rolls are being made, you can kind of see if your strategy is legit or not. But it's great when you can actually read this stuff and kind of figure out logically whether it's going to work beforehand. Oh yeah, I was interested in that. I was saying, because they said that they're specialized in like agility, melee, and intelligence, and kind of said them all equally. But it's like they're really agile, they're very melee prowessy, and they're a bit intelligent, basically.
Fighters' abilities. They bestow unique perks and govern the role they play on the battlefield. On top of all this is equipment, individual selected skills, the rank of the fighter itself, deep visual customization elements, and much more. Every fighter is unique, and your gang will be yours alone. Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm getting pretty tired though. Hey, I might have to call it soon. I definitely will make that video though, Mark. It's definitely a good idea, I think. And yeah, I feel like we've talked about some kind of interesting stuff tonight. So maybe like I said, I'm a bit like, I keep saying like constantly. That must be annoying. I'm a bit hesitant to just keep on reposting all of Rogue Factor's videos if I'm not really adding, too much extra value to it. But at the same time, I do want to kind of announce that I'm going to be covering the video, and that does get a bit of attention because there's heaps of people looking for Necromunda content. So yeah, and I'm sure people will forgive me. It's kind of a balance, I guess, between making stuff a little bit kind of clickbaity to get people to click on it and see what you're doing, and not making it so clickbaity to the point where you don't actually deliver what people expect to see. What are we trying to do here? I think we're going to go with the same basic strategy of just staying together in a group, but we can send this guy out as our like advanced scout guy. I think yeah, he can run sort of further than anybody else, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to. Yes, I'm gonna not put him in ambush stance because I don't want him to like charge further away, because he's already pretty much as far away as he can get. Now we'll just put a little marker on his head so we can figure out where we're supposed to be going. So yeah, this is one thing that I hope they fix. In Mordheim, you can never figure out where you are or what direction you're facing or anything. Because the camera is quite bad. I wonder if that's the best way to go. I won't, I'll just, yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. I'll fiddle around. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. This could be good. But yeah, I mean, like I said, even if it's not good at launch, like even if it's not that great at launch, I think it definitely has the potential to be a really good game. Well, no, I hope it does. Like everything I've seen so far makes me think it could be a good game, basically. The fact that we still haven't seen any real gameplay is a bit of a worry about. But yeah, as I said, I'm happy to support them purely on the strength of Mordheim. And if my support means that they can put extra development time into this game, then you know, it potentially will be good. Like, I don't expect it to be that great at launch. Like, I'd be happily surprised if I already think that it's a great game at launch, you know. But I think with that level of sort of customization that it seems to have, and the level of those random traits and stuff like that, I think that sort of stuff just yeah, I keep sort of going on about it, but that level of uniqueness to your characters and that sort of feeling of, it's like that Pokemon gotta collect them all type of thing. Like, you might already have built a couple of heavies and you've got like a couple of reserve heavies, but you love heavies, you know, you love heavy weapons and whatever, but you haven't had a heavy yet that's gotten like the right combination of, you know, the +5 accuracy trait and the plus, you know, minus 10% action cost trait, or whatever you figured out is the perfect combination of random traits that it's possible for a guy for a ganger to develop, you know. And yeah, I feel like that I've got that sort of OCD or whatever it is that'll make me just want to keep playing until I get that perfect guy. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna have that like, you know, wanting to find one more kind of quality, or you know, I don't know. Yeah, I think it looks like it's going to have the bones of a good game, and if it's got the bones of the good game, then it can build from there. Yeah, sorry guys, it's probably not very that exciting. Just kind of moving all you guys up to find the enemy. This guy can't make it anywhere because he's got heavy armor. Gotta go this way. Yeah, I think I remember heavy armor's not the best at the start because you don't have enough action points to get
A
anywhere.
new round has started.
We switch viewpoints? I can't remember now. No. Isn't there like... what if you like clicked or something, you would go to the next guy? Oh, the captain can just observe his men. Yeah, I hope they make this AI turns thing a bit faster with the new... Actually, yeah, there's maybe one of you guys might have seen. Have they talked about how the turn order works? Like, I know in Necromunda it works like each player alternates with activations. So like I move one guy, then you move one guy, and we take turns. Except for champions, and I think leaders have a special thing where they can activate. Maybe you have to choose a skill, or maybe it's innate. I can't remember. But basically, when the champion activates, he can also activate one or two other lower ranked like gangers or juves if they're near within a certain radius or something, and that's like one of the command type skills to be able to activate 3 guys at once or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if it's like alternating like that or what the deal is. Okay, so we've got an enemy. So we're facing the sisters. Okay, that's the matriarch. That's the big boss lady. So yeah, I seem to remember in this game, one of the good strategies is to sort of stay on the near side of a wall, and then let them kind of come through and get mangled, basically. I think if I'm like here, she won't be able to ambush me. She won't be able to charge me from outside. But if she comes through, she'll get, maybe, I don't know. It's a bit funny with the angles. But yeah, basically the gist of it is I'm just going to have all my guys around this entryway. And when they come through the door, we're just going to pile on. Hopefully we can get the captain sort of up the front, so that he's the one that gets charged and survives, and these guys don't get killed. It might be cheesy, but hey, it's all about stacking up. Yeah, multiplayer does really add a level of immersion though. It's kind of like streaming, I guess, as well. It's like you're not kind of in it by yourself, and there's somebody else that's kind of got a bit of a stake in it, or you feel like they are. It kind of, just raises the stakes a little bit, I guess. I like the idea of playing 2-on-2 multiplayer battles online, but only if you can play with your real gang and kind of get level up your real gangers and stuff. I really like the idea of playing 2-player co-op against the computer. I hope you can set up like more like. I got the impression that you only have a small number of gangs in a sort of campaign, so maybe you'd have like maybe a maximum of 4 gangs in a campaign. So in terms of the game world, there's a certain precinct of the Underhive or whatever, and there's 4 gangs that are kind of like vying for dominance over that area. And you're... Oh, excuse me, I'm just going to cough again. I don't know. Again, I think that's like the maximum of 5 gang members. It's like they've made that decision because they thought it was gonna make the game better in some way. But yeah, I mean, or maybe it was sort of like a decision based on the technology or something like that. Yeah, I feel like just world-wise, like if you had like, I don't know, what am I trying to say? Sort of, if you have 4 different gangs, then it makes it quite personal. Like you get to know each of those gangs through multiple conflicts with them, and you remember that guy whose eye you put out, or that guy whose arm you chopped off one time, or whatever. So you get that kind of, you develop that more intimate story, I guess, involving these gangs, and you have like a long-running... Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Traps. You get that. You get a more of an intimacy,
A new round has started.
But at the same time, having like 20 different gangs, and so I just laid my ambush trap with like 27 guys in it. I just walked through all of it and didn't get ambushed or anything. Oh dear, yeah, that sucked. I kind of thought that was going to happen, but okay. Oh well. What was I saying? Yeah, I think having a small number of gangs will make it more intimate, and you'll get more of a relationship with those gangs. It's just in your head canon, but yeah, I think having just more gangs is better, because then it sort of. I mean, most of the time you're running into just like a completely new gang you haven't experienced before, but oh yeah, I forgot about this aspect. Right, so when you've got the ambush thing, so this comes back to that skill I was talking about with the Necromunda. So if you've got that trait in Necromunda that reduces the cost of your ambush, so my ambush cost 2 points. So presumably the points are higher in Necromunda, maybe you have like 50 points or 150 points or something like that, but whatever. Point is, like, I used 2 points to do my ambush, and then I got 3 points left over, and I actually get to use them. I'd forgotten about that. I thought that you get to use my points during my turn, and then once they attack me, I don't get to use the points or whatever. But yeah, that's not the case. You actually get to use whatever your remaining points you've got to hit them in full. So that's why that skills was good. Earlier question. So in this case I had enough points left to hit them again, but just say I only had 4 action points. Or just say ambush cost 3, and then I would have only had 2 left, and I couldn't do that second hit. Whereas if I had that skill that the character had in Necromunda, it reduces the cost by 15%. You get more points for follow-up. So basically from that we can extrapolate that the combat kind of works the same way. You can set an ambush during your turn. They trigger the ambush, which will make you get a free hit on them, and then you'll get to do your follow-up with any remaining points you've got left as well. So here we're gonna so I'm guessing it's gonna be kind of the same, but I feel like maybe instead of having like 3, 4, 5, 7 or 9 action points, it's more like you have like 50, 100, 150 or something like that, and the costs obviously are higher as well. Okay, so we just want to sneak in here. Where we are. Oh yeah. Parry fail. Parry fail. Oh, she doesn't have any more parries. Okay, that was 2 solid hits. It's pretty tough though. She only did less than half of her health. Kind of want to get the champs to make sure she goes down, I think. I'll just see if we can reach to this. This kind of problem going on. Okay, so instead of doing that, where'd this guy come from? So he's, yeah, he's actually one of the closest. So if we go around the outside here, we might be able to sneak around and get a charge on this hero, maybe. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, I don't even need a charge, we can just walk in. No, good. Yeah, the charge would have reduced accuracy, so it's probably better to... Oh, eat that. Okay. I was hoping that she was going to, I was going to get some damage. I didn't expect to down her in one shot though, so that's good. Alright, this guy nearly got dropped in the previous round, so he doesn't have any, should we just delay him? We might get a chance to move to a safer spot. So yeah, 60, I don't know if 67, no, look, so 67% and it does, what is it? How much extra damage? Plus 50% damage. This is a lot of damage. I don't know, hell, let's do it. Yeah, so that's why I shouldn't have done it. Accuracy reduction. Yeah, I really need to get some champs in there to make sure she goes down. We're only going to possibly get 1 or maybe 2 more guys onto her. Yeah, we really want to get out here and oh, she's in that doorway, isn't she? I feel like I could probably... I think you can do some... Yeah, I think you can do some whack stuff. Like, so I think I can move my guy here, and then like... There we go. I think I can move my guy near the corner, and like not quite, and then sort of use his movement area to sort of I think if I kind of go here, then I can like scum his movement area. Yeah, what am I trying to say? I think I can move inside this guy's zone of control, therefore avoiding her charge radius, and get into melee while negating her charge. Possibly. No, I can't make it. Damn it. Did he get... Oh, crap. Oh, that's too tricky. I was trying to, like... Yeah, whatever. Just... One of our champs should be able to get over there and, you know... Maybe. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna just chatting away. Thanks for joining the stream there. I appreciate you guys interacting with me, giving me some practice at talking and chatting at the same time. So yeah, I'm gonna get this guy up into this mix up here. So yeah, as I said, this guy should be able to like, this guy should be able to sort of smoosh his way in here. So yeah, as long as I'm inside this, the yellow lines of these guys, I think I'm immune to their ambushes. So I can basically just gonna walk into combat. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she was in ambush stance, so she would have gotten a free charge on me, but yeah, no, she doesn't. And hopefully this guy's gonna two-hit kill her. No. I think you get tiredness, so your second. I think every following hit gets reduced damage with two-handed weapons. I think that's how it works. Yeah, that might be that minus 15% there is. She's still alive. Yeah, it'd be good if we could get another guy onto her so we can get the surround all alone. Yeah, well, having the two coffees I think might have helped with that. I can't just, yeah. Since I quit smoking, I don't have a problem with it smoking at all, except now since I just started streaming and drinking coffee again. It's sort of like reminding me about like wanting to smoke, which is not great. But yeah, the trick to that is you just don't smoke. Probably should make sure that. Yeah, I probably should just make sure this Mother Superior goes down, rather than trying to get too tricky with it. I wonder if we could get a charge on her actually. 67%. Yeah, it's still a bit lower. I'd rather just get the hit. 77. No, it's pretty crap anyway. Actually, that's alright. Yes, he should get another hit on her. Yeah. Okay, so he should be able to finish her with one more hit from somebody. And we'll just delay. Hopefully we'll delay with the other guy. We can get him into this mix. He's got pretty good defensive stats, so he can just kind of provide another all-alone check on one of these guys, hopefully. Without being too vulnerable. Oh, this is great. So we've got three of them stacked up in this corridor now, so they can't, none of them can do anything. So yeah, so this guy can finish her off. And then probably get a good hit on one of these gals as well. Yeah, I'm not doing too well with the ambushes. Both of those guys are in ambush stance, but none of them, maybe they blocked each other or something. Neither of them ambush fired when that sister came around. Okay, so he's not going to have enough points left to dodge anyway, so we may as well just kind of come in behind here. Oh, this guy was the one I should have got to finish off Mother Superior, because he hasn't got enough movement to get anywhere. You can't even reach the loot. No, can't get anywhere still. Alright, we're just putting as close as we can get. Okay, so here we get the loot. Yeah, this stuff's not really worth anything, but... yeah, I'm really glad about that new video. I really... yeah, it's definitely like raised my confidence that it's possibly going to be a good game.
A new round has started.
I was kind of fully prepared to just play Necromunda when it first came out, you know, make a few videos, and then kind of feel like I should make more videos because there's probably interest there and I'm still going to play it. Whereas now I'm quite, you know, a bit more confident that I'm actually going to want to play it. My young blood. I'm really disappointed about the customization options for the young blood as well. There's like I hate the heavy, like I love heavy armor, and I hate the heavy armor helmet for the young blood. It looks really silly. But I guess young bloods aren't supposed to be in heavy armor. It doesn't really suit their skill set. Damn. I can't really remember much about the deep depths of the tactical aspect of this game, but I feel like strength was good because it made you do more damage or something. And I remember building some sort of dodge kind of characters that didn't have much strength, and then yeah, kind of being disappointed basically. Crap, she didn't die. I was hoping we were going to get a bit more damage on her. Still, I think we're kind of pretty good here. We've got, you know, this character's tied up with like lots of our characters. We've got basically a one-on-one in the doorway there. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, that placement, that I can't get 2-on-1. I guess these other characters are going to run around. I wonder if I can delay. Not sure if I should try to pick up this void stone or if I should just delay this guy, because if they're going to come around the corner. So they've got 2 more characters. Yeah, I think they've got 2 more characters that we don't know where they are. There's this one over here. Which, so we've only got 2 guys there. We probably need to get some guys back here to deal with that. Wonder if this guy can get somewhere close enough to be useful. Oh yeah. Boom. Yeah, get some dodge. Damn. He's gonna get dropped if he gets hit again. So we really need somebody else to try and finish her off. Yeah, another thing I noticed about streaming is it really is a lot harder to play when you have to talk at the same time. And yeah, and you tend to do both badly. Like you tend to natter on kind of mindlessly and say just lots of inane stuff, and also you suck at the game as well. Not to say that I'm, you know, tactical genius necessarily or anything, but but you definitely play a lot better when you're not trying to explain stuff to people or have a conversation about something else. Yeah, I watch a lot of, I used to watch, I don't really have time much at the moment, but I used to watch a lot of Legend of Total War streams, and he talked a bit about, you know, how people don't realize how much harder it is to play while streaming. And yeah, I definitely respect him a lot more now. Oh, like, you know, I guess I always respected his abilities, but I definitely respect it a lot more now because I realize how it really is pretty hard. Yeah. So this guy's pretty damaged. We kind of want to drop this person and then get the hell out of here, which is pretty doable. One more hit. She's got no dodge now. 90% chance to hit almost. Yep. Cool. Alright, so she's probably in ambush stance, so we might want to just be careful that we kind of back out. Oh, we're already in base to base. Crap. Okay, that sucks. So we're stuck. We're stuck on this character here. And I'm pretty sure if we do... It's supposed to be a disengage button, but I think maybe because this wall's here, like when you disengage you sort of pop back a bit, and I think this wall's blocking us. I seem to remember that being a thing. Okay, so we're gonna just dodge stance, I guess. So yeah, this guy's pretty vulnerable now, unfortunately. Ah, there's the other one. Yeah, finally got out of our ambushes. And then we've got our 3 points left, so we get this. Oh yeah, this guy wrecks shop. Ooh, she's no slouch either. She failed that. But yeah, because she's got multiple opponents around her, and she doesn't have any friendlies engaged in the same combat, so she gets an all-alone check. And if she fails, then they get to, you know, flee and they don't attack. Did they drop? Yeah, they killed her. The smuggler got killed already, so that's good. This guy should be able to kill her. There's a second hit. Nice. Don't really need. Oh, actually, yeah. So we don't really want this. We'll swap it with that. We really don't want any of this stuff, but so I don't have any combat. I don't have any points left. I don't have any action points left to attack, sorry. So I'm just going to move this guy here as basically a kind of wall. So we'll pick up the shard. And then just going to kind of move him over here a little bit. And put him in his parry stance. And that way, when one of them comes around the corner, that he's going to kind of block off them or... Ah, boom. Yeah, I kind of feel like just carrying on with this stream indefinitely now because I've had 2 coffees and I'm probably not going to be able to sleep, but I probably should wrap it up.
A warrior needs a bit of luck.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had made more notes, but I think I'll
But
probably,
most of all, he needs
yeah, I'll
strategy.
probably try and do that, put that
You
video
have managed
together
to find the
tomorrow.
winning mixture.
Um,
Now just be careful not to
is-
lose it.
you know, about 20 hours from now, after work. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to talk about. I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in listening to it, but yeah, I'd probably like to reiterate most of the stuff that we talked about tonight. But yeah, in a bit more of a condensed form. The only thing about putting together informative videos is that I think they're a lot better if you actually edit them, and I don't really know how to edit videos yet. I've kind of had a brief look at some of the stuff about it, but haven't really practiced it yet or anything. Kind of figured out how to put together scenes in OBS and stuff, but when it comes to using like a movie editor or something like that to actually kind of cut footage together and stuff, yeah, I just haven't done it yet. So yeah, if I do a video, I'll probably just do it the same as the other ones I've done, where I just basically talk about stuff and play the video a bit in the background and stuff. Well, anyway, yeah, I probably should just leave it at that, guys. I'm probably going to start getting a bit tired and zone out a bit anyway if I keep going. So, but yeah, I just wanted to thank both Frickin and Mark. Thanks both of you guys for interacting in the chat. That was really cool. Haven't really had that experience before, so that was cool. And yeah, it was interesting conversation as well. Really enjoyed watching that video like 12 times and talking about it. So yeah, so just have a good night, guys, and yeah, thanks for joining the stream.